It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegundiary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegundiary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say MaiyegunDiary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
MaiyegunDiary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe é wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Thank you so much for joining us again in the Temple of Truth, TOT. Dear Templars, please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them Maiyegun to today.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé.
4 days.
Maiyegun ti dé.
4 days.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Fulani terrorist killed
Maiyegun ti dé.
3 Yorubas in Yoruba land. Where is the rage?
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
When you see the Agbadomighty, the Agbadorians, When you see the Lagos Abo Bakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, I bet you this is how
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa ayé ìṣúra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ìṣúra òkùnlá olóṣèlú ayé ìṣúra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì.
Thank you so much. Share this broadcast. We are starting in a second. Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live. And thanks so much if you have actually shared this broadcast, okay? Because I think this is one of the broadcasts that you do not want others to miss as well. Maiyegun's Diary Politico is a diary of the political happenings in Nigeria every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 or 360 and 366 days in a year. If there is something you are looking for that happened that you can't even remember when and who were those who were part of that, just come on to Maiyegun's Diary Politico and put in the dates. You will find me speaking on something so similar. Because Nigerians are suffering from what is called Stockholm Syndrome. A syndrome that no matter how hard, how difficult, and how dangerous any criminal government in Nigeria make them, they forget so easily. Because it is like, repeat and repeat and repeat again. And we all know that doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different result, has been generally confirmed as a symptom of insanity, weary. And that is why Maiyegun's Diary Politico is not to make you feel good. It is to make you aware. And at the same time, guide you. To meet the people of like minds, the people that can no longer be swayed, manipulated by all of the nonsense that they have kept Nigerians with for decades, like ethnicity, tribalism, religiosity, and fanaticism, and every other thing they've pushed to you over the years. There are people on Maiyegun's Diary Politico that those things don't work on anymore because they are now more aware. So yes, if you have been somebody on research about Nigeria and happenings there politically and how they affected people at different time and era, especially in the last 10 years, this is your plug, the Temple of Truth. It is not to make you feel good. It is to make you aware. And when you are aware of the danger around you, no amount of propaganda, manipulation, brainwashing, and other fear-mongering will really work on you. And they will easily tag you a rebel or unpatriotic. Because in Nigeria, they have the successive criminals. They have made Nigerians understand that they are captured people, defeated people. And if you therefore try to begin to act out of the order that they've placed, then you are a rebel. They will start with turning the same victims of their failure against you. So this is it. When you are aware, you are never going to be comfortable with what they are offering you. you likely want something better. And this is your plug. MaiyegunsDiary Politico, the Temple of Truth. And just before we delve into all of this tonight, because I may forget, I'm so terrible, like with that. However, I want to say a big thank you to all of you, the Templars, my own Afeniferes, the disciples of the message, the disciples of truth. We were talking about moving this MaiyegunsDiary Politico to still kind of a temporary site. And today we call that place our new studio, the new office in Glasgow. So yesterday, the door was opened and we have started, sort of, the setup and all of that. A lot of you probably have seen the pictures on Facebook. Others saw it yesterday when it was a little bit scanty. I have ordered so many things. And for those who understand what a studio is like, you can imagine the amount of resources that is going into all of this. But it would have been tougher if I didn't have all of you here with me. They always want to come through, right? No matter what it takes. So in the last 2 weeks, your support has managed to help me even go further than what I will call my own savings. And I'm so grateful to all of you for that. Every one of you, including those who actually just shared the link. Okay? So yes, there are still many other things coming in. There are still so many other setups that still need to take place before we finally move to the permanent site. You will love it. And you will love to visit. And I will actually love to see a lot of you on visits. So we are starting tonight with the tragedy that happened in a place that, despite the fact that this has happened for the past 24 hours, the town, the community affected where their king was killed is sort of, is one of the ungoverned areas situated in Yoruba land. How? Well, those who were drawing the map or drawing the map for your states, the people that created all the states, Nigerians didn't create any states. It is the Fulanis and their friends. In case, if you don't know, there are some states created in Nigeria as a gift. I want to give my wife a birthday gift. What can I do for her to make her feel special? Darling, can you just create a state for me? Okay. Yeah, okay. Go and bring pen and paper. Oh yeah, look at that map. Now start drawing where you want your state to be. And we will call that state Delta State. I'm sorry that some of you from Delta State may feel offended. Don't ever feel offended though. Any state, all the 36 states you have in Nigeria, they were created by the Fulanis and their friends. Remember that. And they were strategically created, not for you, not for anybody. That is why you will see a state here. And they will say this ethnic nationality, they are minority here. Because the map of the states and their land has cut them off into these states. While their own brothers and sisters from the same ethnic nationalities, they are cut into another state. Now, in that place, that's how they drew the state of Nigeria. That is the state you have in Nigeria. Go and read the history. There was never anywhere referendum was conducted and people sat together to say, we, all of us here want to come together and be a state. No. Immediately after the Civil War of 1967 to 1970, in their own effort to make sure that there will be no more civil war or anybody try to break away from Nigeria again in the future. Remember, Nigeria was strategically regionalized, where people with common interests came together, okay? And they were called regions. There was no one left outside everyone's region at the time. But immediately after the genocidal war that they call Civil War, Biafra War, right? They said, how do we stop anyone in this part of Nigeria thinking of breaking away? Let's create states. So they started with 12. And they had the Igbos in mind. The Igbos were the ones who just fought them for 3 years. Stand still. Now, the Igbos must never have that power to wage any other civil war again. Or any attempt to say they want to leave Nigeria. So, I'm sorry, I wouldn't say the Igbos wage civil war. Words are very powerful. And a lot of people can read so many meaning to it. So, let me rephrase. Okay? The Gowon initiated genocidal war that they called Biafra War. Immediately after that, their intention is to make sure that no part of Nigeria will have any courage to say they want to leave again. Because if you say you are leaving, some of your people are already trapped in other places. They are likely going to go against you. They are likely going to even deny you because they don't want to be called and they don't want to be affected if it leads to war. So this was the reason why they started creating states in Nigeria. I am from Ogun State. Leave our state. You have no state. Nobody has any state anywhere in Nigeria. You didn't create any of them. And that is why you will see the people who are Ijebus. They are part of Lagos. But Ijebus are not the owners of Lagos, Abi. But Ijebus are the owners, partly owners of Lagos. If you now go to Ogun State, you will see those who are like Ijos, like Ilajes and all of them. When you begin to advance to the border with Ondo State, when you now enter Ondo State, a Yoruba, supposed Yoruba state, you will see Ijos there, who are like because their own border as well. You know what I mean? That's how they created all the states. In case if you don't know, a lot of you think you are fighting for anything. You are fighting for nothing. So the effort to make sure that nobody, until they got to 36. Now, creating 36 states. Inside that creation, those who drew the map, there is a place called Until They Killed Their King. Listen to me. Until They Killed Their King. A lot of you probably never heard of Koro Ekiti. I'm talking to you as Yorubas now. If you are from here, a geography student, Abi, a true Yoruba. If I ask you, where is Koro Ekiti? Abi Koro Ekiti. Abi Koro Ekiti. Sorry that sounds different, right? It's Yoruba, so I'm not sure which one. Until They Killed Their King, I never heard about this community. Now that I heard about this community, they said it's a community in Kwara State. That is what their media said. Up till this moment, Kwara State government has not probably decided to wage in. Listen to this, this contraption that a lot of you don't understand. This Nigeria that they are telling you that you have to defend. They are only keeping Nigeria. Nigeria is existing today because there are millions of innocent blood like yours and mine that will be spilled just to keep it this dysfunctional Nigeria. So Koro Ekiti is a very large community. It's not a village. It's a town. But you know something? It's a town that when they were drawing the map of Nigeria, part of their land is in Kwara State. Part of their land is in Kogi State. Part of their land is in Ekiti State. So, for years since they have been creating states in Nigeria, the people of Koro Ekiti, they have been completely cut off Nigeria system up to this moment. Everything you found there, they are from their own people who left Koro Ekiti for somewhere else, make some money, came back to build the community. Police, Nigerian police, they have no contact there. Nigeria military, they don't go there. The Kwara State government, nothing there. Ekiti State government, nothing there. Kogi State government, nothing there. Their king was invaded in his palace. And that would be Oba Aremu Olusegun Cole. It was invaded. They have been on, some of their own sons and daughters who went back to the community. They have built ranches. They were rearing and, breeding their own cows. You know why all of us have not heard about them? Despite all they have been through. A lot of you have been hearing about cattle rustling. I have spoken about that too. Okay? The real Fulani herdsmen, not the AK-47 terrorist that has no cows or nothing. The real Fulanis from the beginning with their cows, they have always been under the attacks of armed criminals, and the language, the Yoruba for it is rustling. They will kill the others. They will steal their cows. So when this whole crisis of Fulani terrorism started, this was how it all started. But you see the Yorubas in Koro Ekiti, they have been suffering from cattle rustling, not because they were moving their cows everywhere like the Fulanis. These guys have farms. They have farms where they are growing food. They have farms where they have partitioned for ranching. There is a young man that has been crying on Twitter for the past 8 months. A lot of people are just seeing a lot that this young man has been saying. He's been attacked. He's been butchered in a way that he has so much mark. He's lost over 80 cows from his own ranch. Guess those who were stealing his cows? Fulani terrorists. Now, we have no idea how exposed the people living in places in Nigeria of today, places called ungoverned area. These are places where thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people are already trapped under the rulership of a Fulani terrorist. Oba Aremu Olusegun Cole, the man on your screen, is the third Kabiyesi to be killed by the Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land in 4 days. Before him, on Monday this week, that's like 5 days ago, the same Fulani terrorists, they opened fire on these 2 kings in Ekiti. They were coming back from security meeting of royal fathers at the state capital. Onimojo of Imojo Ekiti, Oba Olatunde Olushola, Elesun of Esun Ekiti, Oba David Ogunshola. These 2 were murdered this week by Fulani terrorists in Ekiti. After that same day that they killed 2 kings, they kidnapped 6 boys, school children, with their school teachers, 3 of them, and the driver driving the vehicle they were traveling in. Yes. And 2-3 days after that, these terrorists make their demand 100 million naira, or they should forget about the 10 people kidnapped in Ekiti, including those 6 children. And I was reading it yesterday that the families of those kidnapped said they have only managed to raise 450,000 naira from the 100 million naira ransom. So definitely, if the ransom is not paid and they are not rescued, they will be killed in Yoruba land. Now, to the Koro Ekiti king, when they invaded his palace, he resisted the forceful kidnapping. And while struggling with them, they killed him inside his palace. Then took his wife. And yet to be accounted for number of people from his palace. Who should we call to help? Ekiti government, Kogi government, Abi Kwara government, Abi Tifnumbu in Abuja. Who should we call? Somebody said, what is happening to the Yoruba Obas? Are there some, behind the scene coordinated assassination and killings, humiliation of Yoruba Obas, which symbolically, that simply means when your king is killed, those who killed your king have called for war. If you keep quiet, it simply means you have accepted and you have been conquered. So who else is going to be safe among you? Oh, these are just small time obas, second class obas. Really? K1.
Aṣíwájú. Àkọ́bí aṣíwájú. Kò tó gbàwọ̀ Nàìjíríà, kò tó gbèsè rí. Kò tó gbèsè rí. Àkọ́bí ọ̀gá mi, ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Àwọn aráàlú, wọ́n sunkún, ìyà ń jẹ wá kókó aláìdè, kò tún síná. Kò tún síná. Báwo ló ṣe wá jẹ́ aláìdè, ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Àwọn èèyàn bàjẹ́. Àrísẹ́nìdì máa dàrú, ẹ̀wá bí forí pamọ́ sí. Ẹ̀wá bí forí pamọ́ sí. Àkọ́bí. Báwo aláàánú sọ ẹ̀ má kọ̀ tí ikú. Ẹ má kọ̀ tí ikú. Aláàánú ni àkọ́bí aṣíwájú. Àkọ́bí aṣíwájú. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà à ń bínú. À ń bínú. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà à ń bínú. À ń bínú. Àwọn oníṣòwò ńlá yìí wọ́n bínú. Wọ́n bínú. Ẹ̀wọ̀n tó wọ̀ dàgbà dàmọ́ wà lọ́wọ́. Dàmọ́ wà lọ́wọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ wọn jí ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ojúṣe wa jẹ́. Ojúṣe wa jẹ́. Àkọ́bí Ádámì ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Mo wá ń pa aráàlú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fákọ̀bí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ sùúrù fákọ̀bí. Mo ń pa aráàlú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fákọ̀bí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fákọ̀bí. Gbogbo ń bá wa nílẹ̀ yìí. Nuisance leleyi.
I just thought I should share that with you. He's a pretender, okay? But there's something everybody should know, okay? Pastor Ruga, tell them.
He don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast. He don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
Now everybody go chop the breakfast. Yeah.
Oh, gbogbo ala máa jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billahi.
And to some of those who have not been kidnapped yet, we are coming back. We are coming to you. But as it is, remember this too. So, for those who probably think, telling you that, you see the contraption already, that is already falling. Somebody said, Nigerians should stop singing. We have seen downfall of Naira. Glory be to God. Amen. When your currency is destroyed because of the homegrown, industrialized terrorism, there will be no real development except in a voodoo economy. Now, it is so dangerous that those of you who have not really been kidnapped, like I said, I'm coming to you. I know, I don't know how many people who are really singing that. But when they say Naira is falling, by the time the Naira finally hits the bottom, the rock bottom, a lot of you will kind of willingly, agreeably say make we break up Nigeria. But like I said, I'm coming back to you. Let's still talk about this. Yoruba Obas. Makon lo yenkan. For those of you, we all know that the way Nigeria, somebody is saying that Ayinde himself understands this. He will probably get enough security around himself like he's never done before in his life. Here you get see. So, or else, he's not bigger than anybody they can kidnap. At least they kidnap all these guys who were singing for APC in Abuja. Remember them? That whole band they kidnapped. Now 95 million they collected. But you see, all people like Ayinde, they're like big fish. So it will take a lot to get them kidnapped, to be able to kidnap them. But they will continue to kidnap people around them. There are people like him too, will not be able to live in denial. A lot of them too, they are going to pay ransoms for people they love. And that is when it's going to hit home. But like I said, Yoruba Obas, we all know, in fairness, we know that the contraption called Nigeria has clipped your wings based on their fraudulent constitution. We know that. But traditionally, we have watched a lot of you thrown our tradition, our culture, and everything that we hold dear. You have thrown them into the to the dogs. We are watching you as you are desecrating the stool even further. A lot of you, if they cut out all the free money, this token, and the beggy contract that connects a lot of you with all these politicians, you were supposed to be wealthy within your space, where your subjects, your citizens, are bringing you the real support, and you are giving them the real backing as royal fathers against any sort of systemic profiling on attack. But instead of you to represent our culture, to represent our tradition, I even saw majority of them now turning to born again. Pastors becoming kings in Yoruba land, you know, throwing away all some of the real things that makes them kings and all the other nonsense that they are currently doing. And some people are kind of blending into that, right? We are seeing all of that. But there are more that a lot of you have been engaging in as well. Apart from the fact that you have sold your birthright. Somebody said majority of them are political obas. Of course I know. I'm talking about the desecration of the entire tradition and all that by many of them. That has now brought so much ridicule, shame, embarrassment, and degradation to us as Yorubas, as, you know, it shouldn't be. We have seen Yoruba Obas turning to Omoniles. We have seen Yoruba Obas inviting armed criminals into their different communities to attack their own citizens, supposed subjects, all because of land. We have seen Yoruba Obas who have been in their own domains. They have been inviting secretly, signing and agreeing to illegal miners and illegal miners, creating the real tension and, you know, total environmental destruction upon their people. We have seen many Yoruba Obas in different communities engaged in all these criminalities. Take a look at this one. This one is Onido of Ido in Ibadan or your state. This is supposed to be a king. Okay, he is supposed to be a king, representing and protecting the Yoruba culture and tradition, the real Omoluabi, somebody who is wearing a crown. But he has been accused He's been suspended already as a king. Now he has been accused of bringing in illegal miners into his community in Oyo State, which has created so much tension, criminalities, and all of that upon his people. And there are many, many like that in Yoruba land. So I am saying this to you, not because I expect any change. I am just reminding you that a lot of you, the alales, have left you. The crowns that you are wearing, they are just for decoration. A lot of your people have been misled and deceived, believing that you are still keeping their culture. Meanwhile, you have brought ridicule. You have brought destruction. You have brought criminality. You have brought retrogression. You have brought death to our people. You may know yourself, and all of you are engaging in all of this. I just want you to know, we are all going to eat the breakfast of what you are getting involved in. However, you see, when this whole shit is going to be cleaned and cleared, as we are going to be clearing and cleaning this task or so, you will be cleaned too. We will tell our children, the Yoruba Obas that have already gbabode, Yoruba Obas that have already compromised, wearing beaded crowns, but is everywhere like a beggar, all for what he can get. It doesn't matter who is to die. We know you, you know yourselves. We will tell our children that. We will. And as for the Koro Ekiti people, please accept my condolences. And everyone from Koro Ekiti who is watching me right now, probably I have brought something to your subconscious, to your consciousness now. Listen, I always thought we are from Kwara. Oh no, I thought we are Kogi. Oh, I thought we are part of Ekiti. Now you know why. No government has ever cared, or probably cared if you exist, when they were drawing the map of Nigeria. Like many others like that, when you begin to investigate that fraud, you will realize that even though you are voting, I bet they know they bring election material. That they bring election material now. Where do you vote? Kwara. Aha. Where? Ekiti. Kogi. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So let that come to, keep that in mind. There is something about this picture. Okay? It's about monkeys that forcefully hijack a car. But here they are. They cannot drive it. The criminals that rigged the election and forced themselves on the rest of Nigeria, the strategists and the rest of those, a lot of you still think they have an idea what they are doing. This picture is not about monkeys. This picture is about APC, Egbekegbe. It is about the Abobakus. It is about Agbadorians, Bati Dioti, and the Bastards. That picture represents everything you think you might have or you believe in APC, Egbekegbe. Now, I have seen some of them saying, in fact, I actually read this somewhere, that Peter Obi is in Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast right now. There's a joke, I'm sorry that I do deviate, because I'm a storyteller. Here you get. And sometimes it might come out funny, but it's not intended. It is just to get my, it's just to, push my point home. Here you understand now. So, a little digression, ladies and gentlemen. So I read it somewhere where somebody said that Peter Obi is in Côte d'Ivoire. And that now takes me to another digression again. It's a joke. They said because Nigerians cannot spell Côte d'Ivoire. that Nigerians will prefer to just write Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is the English name for Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire. So Nigerians, that's too much trouble. That's French. So Nigerians would rather write or type Ivory Coast. So Peter Obi is in Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire, where they are currently having their, the African Cup of Nations. So he was spotted where Angola and Nigeria were playing quarterfinals. Then somebody now said in Nigeria, one weary said, why is Peter Obi in Ivory Coast? When he is supposed to be in Nigeria, when Nigeria is in crisis, instead of him to be in Nigeria, finding solution to the problem of Nigeria, Naira is crashing, everything is going bad, and Peter Obi is in Ivory Coast. I was like, where is Kolu? Where is Tinubu in the last 1 week? Where? Exactly, he's in France. Here you get. So like I said, it is pretty much like the monkeys that hijacked a car and have no idea. Okay? So, you defended a drug dealer. You prayed that his trick would work. He will be able to rig himself into power, and you can be able to tell others that they will cry for 8 years. Now, the druggie has abandoned you, but he told you that he's working for you, he's doing everything to help you. And you believe that. Now, you want somebody where you feel you rejected to now come and do the job that you gave to druggie, the certificate forger, Kolu. No be madness, be that. Help me, help me, help me. Is that not madness? For somebody to ask for Kolu and told others that they will cry for 8 years because Kolu will spend 8 years. 8 months into Kolu's maladministration and the shege maintain. The same wearies are now asking, why is Peter Obi not resolving? Why is Atiku not solving the problem of Nigeria? Help me, help me, help me.
I will not allow you to. Help me, 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 help me. If they carry me, they go, we are not know. Help me, help me, help me.
That's how my brain is sounding like, help me, help me, help me, when I saw that message. Anyway, Kolu is in France. Willing the what's that oil block called again? OPL 245, the richest and the deepest crude deposits, the richest and the deepest oil block in Nigeria. Tinubu has willed it to himself. Is in France. You in Nigeria, they are telling you that to save the Naira, they suspect that all of you, no, hang on, to save the Naira, they were going to give you Cardi B. Cardi B, a Lagos boy, who is there to come and help Tinubu print as much money as possible, and at the same time, to help Tinubu will Nigeria to himself and every other people that he would like to also kind of will Nigeria to, as long as time permits. Cardi B, that was supposed to create dollars for Nigeria, dollars that Boko Haram they've stolen. A lot of you don't know that Nigeria has no dollar anywhere. If you are, see, listen to this one. If you have dollars in your dormitory account in Nigeria, after they have already stolen the crude oil money, mismanaged it, after they have borrowed as much as they can access, devalued Naira, we don't know how much money they have printed right now, but we will know later. Don't worry, there's no rush. All of this behind the scene, they went and rushed straight to a place we don't even know them. Now their name we dey hear. Afrexim Bank, Africa Export and Import Bank Limited. And they went there to go and beg for $3.3 billion cash. And those ones said, where is your collateral? They used Nigeria's future oil prospect as collateral. Don't worry. We will give you 164 million barrels of crude oil. 167 million barrels of crude oil. If we don't pay this money back. But see, listen, we don't have any plan of paying back. That is why if you value the crude oil, now 12 billion, nobody they do that kind of crazy deal. But we they do them from Nigeria. $12 billion worth of crude oil as collateral for $3.3 billion cash. Money they just want to steal. I mean, seriously, do you have an idea what they use the $3.3 billion for? Do you? But in 5 years' time, these unknown people from unknown where, they will begin to take Nigeria crude oil, and no shishi will be paid to Nigeria. Think about that. There are so many fraud though, underneath though, that you continue to deny Nigeria inflow of forex. Boya ki Sanusi Lamido Sanusi help me. I will show you Cardi B. A lot of you are asking, who is Cardi B? Who is Cardi B? Oh, Gbongpa Kadoso. Olayemi Kadoso. The man that replaced the Mefiole. Cardi B loruko konfojuri dollars. Sanusi, help me.
Why is there no money coming in? Why is NMPC not able to bring in dollars? I'm sorry, this is the question that cost me my job. I will continue asking this question until NMPC is fixed or until I die. Where are the dollars? We need to shine light on NMPC. The finance minister cannot tell you because he doesn't have a metering system that reports to him. The finance minister cannot tell you that today, this is how many barrels of oil that we produce and exported. He can only rely on NMPC telling him. Those barrels are revenue. They belong to finance. We've been talking about this for 10 years. We need a metering system. The finance ministry needs to know how much oil we are producing every day, how much oil we are selling, and where the money is going. Because if you don't fix the leakages in that system, if you don't fix the revenue, the dollar revenue issue, you will never fix the exchange rate problem. Oil is not going to grow our GDP. I've always said that. Oil, I mean, if you took out all the oil in Nigeria today and sold it, it would raise our per capita income to maybe $4,000. We won't even be a middle income country. Oil will never make us rich, but it is working capital. It is working capital. It is a lubricant for our import dependent economy. And we cannot afford to continue producing the oil and not seeing the revenue. We are no longer paying subsidies. So where are the dollars? Before it was under recovery. Now we don't have under recovery. Where is the money? It was the issue I raised for which I was suspended. You can suspend me again. Okay? But it is an issue that this country must address. NMPC is the most opaque oil company in the world.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so.
Nigeria is making money from crude oil, but Nigerians are not seeing the money, and Nigerians are not asking. They are just wondering, why are we poor? Well, where is the money? The government is doing everything to make sure that everything works. Last 10 years, they stole and stole to the point that they felt like, instead of stealing the money, which is traceable, why don't we just steal the crude oil and sell the crude oil? Oshejari Ogmosodiki, very, very intelligent. We are going to promote you, Shotigbo. But let's start it, put it in motion. And for straight 7 years, they were stealing over 700,000 barrels of crude oil from Nigeria every day. And they were disappearing on Nigerian sea, Nigeria water, just like that. Navy, they are supposed to be protecting Nigeria water against pirates or oil thieves. They were those who are now chairmen and chairwomen. Invested, take what do you call it? What do you call them? Shareholders in the oil smuggling in Nigeria. At the end of the day, Nigeria just sell crude oil, nobody they see them. So Sanusi was asking, but Cardi B has told Tinubu, we have tried everything, it no work. Yemi Cardoso is Tinubu's central bank governor. He was the guy that announced that they were floating the Naira. And they will float the Naira and let everybody go and buy their dollars from anywhere they want. And if you have dollars, go and sell it whatever price you want. Once everybody begin to sell all of their dollars at whatever price they wanted, okay, then before you know it, Naira will just begin to gain strength. These are the voodoo economies still. Remember that if you are joining APC, you will no longer need your brain. All you need is to just improve on your criminal intelligence so that you are very much criminally than normal. Here you get. That is Cardi B. Cardi B has promised, has used $12 billion crude oil to borrow 3.3 billion using the Kyari of NNPCL. You remember that this guy sold Nigeria NNPC to themselves. They make themselves shareholders of Nigeria NNPC. The staff of the NNPC and the rest of them, they now join them together that now Nigeria can't pay the salary of these people. But when it comes to the dividend or profit, these guys are also the same guys selling Nigeria crude oil, collecting money. And they are doing so now as a business. They collect percentage. And these are the guys that will tell you how much crude oil is sold, how much money they make. You can never tell if none of this is verified. Here you get. That's how they sold Nigeria. You may think you still have the oil. It's not yours anymore. So Cardi B has now brought a sort of agbado economic idea. And that is why I want to warn all of you. You know, say some of you love to pretend. Everybody is screaming, this country, man, this country is tough, this country is hard. But some of you, you have changed your Naira to dollars, saved them, in different DOM accounts in different banks. Some of you will say to yourself, I trust this my bank, they cannot touch it. I trust that my bank, they cannot touch it. Yemi Cardoso has been going mad since yesterday or 2 days ago. Their new economic, Tinubunomics voodoo economy is that they believe that some of you have used your Naira to buy dollars and you have saved them. And you are the reason Nigeria has no dollar. You are the reason Nigeria Naira is crashing. They told you to go and sell it. Go and bring your dollar out. Because the Agbado Onigbongbo economists, they said from their investigation, even though all the source of revenue for Nigeria that Nigeria should earn forex from, they have ruined everything, sold them off or looted them. The Onigbongbo Obalende accountant, economists, they said they believe that some of you if they look into all the domiciliary accounts in Nigeria, they will see over $100 billion cash. Because to an average Agbadorian, you see that your account balance that says $1,800, $16,000, $15,000. To an average Agbado, that is $16,000. Then put them inside one box in a vault, inside one bank, or inside all the banks in Nigeria. The money is just there. Nobody is touching it. It's, you know what I mean? So the Central Bank of Nigeria, they must force the banks to bring out the dollars. This advice, Kadibitigo advice, wow. Look at these two clowns. On the left, ni Kadibi. On the right, ni senior advocate of New Sansi. Wole Oke, he is the Minister of Finance in Nigeria. Does this guy look anyhow familiar? La Familia, La Face. That guy on the right, may I show you again. That was Tinubu's lawyer at the tribunal, presidential tribunal. He was one of them. Part of the, you know what I mean? So he's now in charge of finance. And the Agbadorians want you to believe that these two, they are gurus discovered by this clown.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn, in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand as consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps, we create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
Kolu, the man that discovered these two geniuses. The one on the right told Nigerians they will never borrow money to fund the budget. But you know the story today, so I don't want to talk about it. That's the clown. He's the one leading the economy. He is the leader of the economic team. The one on the right, Wale Edun. The one on the right, Omboyin, Kadoso Niye, Kadibi. Now, Kadibi has listened to the advice of the Agbadorians. If the banks are not going to bring out the money, then we are going to force them to bring the money out. We believe that you are keeping some dollars in your vault, and we need to bring them out. They are the reason why Nigeria. So if you bring them out now, then people can access dollars. Central Bank of Nigeria can no longer supply the needed forex for businesses in Nigeria anymore. They cannot. So they are hiding that. So they are coming for your money. And let me tell you how they are going to do it, because a lot of you don't know. The dollar in your bank account are gone. The most they can do is if you ask your bank to withdraw your dollar. So yeah, tomorrow, all of you will get dollars for account. $100, $200, domiciliary account, abi. Lossy bank, Lola. Go to your bank tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, go to your bank on Monday. Okay? And tell them that you want your cash. And see if your bank will be able to provide the equivalent cash of dollars in your bank account. A lot of you don't even know that yet, too. That is why they are advising everybody we get any domiciliary account right now. Go and try and put it somewhere that is safe. Some people are suggesting USDT. Some are suggesting Bitcoin. I don't know much about them. But leaving them in Nigerian banks, you will wake up one morning. One single policy. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You are going to wake up one morning. Okay? And you are going to hear from your bank. Your bank is going to say, even though we have $10,000 of your money that is showing up on in your domiciliary account, but we have been authorized to only pay you in Naira. What? I need my dollars. A lot of you are going to come out very soon if you don't heed my warning. These people have robbed from everyone they can rob from. I am telling you, they were robbing from dead people. Yes. They robbed from pensioners. The moment they saw that the pension fund has over 17 trillion, they started planning how to rob it, and then they will write them bond. That bond is going to be like, okay, yeah, some people will put together some money, buy a bond into, the pension fund. They dig money at their hands in pension fund. They targeted dead people's bank accounts. They call them dormant accounts. If you have left your account dormant for 5 years, it all started from Bokwari time, they will pick all the money from it. All of this was not enough. They were printing money. This was how greedy they are. Now you see all those your dollars, you will wake up one morning, you will see the balance and say, is my eye paining me? Like you'll be like, is my eye paining me? I was supposed to have $10,460 here. The money I'm putting there to use for my school fees in Canada. What am I looking at? 11.2 million naira. Is this domiciliary account or be current account? A lot of you are going to wake up if you don't listen to what I'm saying to you right now. They are coming for it. Because their belief is that money, that balance in your account there, is being locked somewhere in one vault. A majority of these Agbadu economists, they believe it. And I'm not here to convince you that you have the balance of this social dollar showing on your screen on your app. Does not mean that that dollar is lying in one pot inside the bank. Sure you get. The reason why a lot of people who have demanded to transfer their real money, the real investors, where their cash have been trapped in Nigeria. A lot of you are going to experience what they experience now. If you don't move that your $20, Omavije Sahara last in it. Cardi B is coming for it. I just thought you should know. And despite all of this going on, Confessor Soyinka seems to be walking about blind. I'm so sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. Do you remember this woman?
He never reached his own town. Now kill. After our local, Mr. Obi can come out. You understand me? Even say this our local. Where the talk say our local. If you read there, you understand me now. If you don't read there, make you just stay patient. Make you see that 8 years where you want to do. Shebiti Buhari is going now. Buhari good, Buhari no good, Buhari better, Buhari die, Buhari no die. Now Buhari dead there. Now fake Buhari dead there. 8 years done. Don't pafuka now. Another person go enter. Make Obi go kill. After this 8 years, where we want to enter again, make Obi come out. Mr. Obi can come out. May government support us now. They support us. We wait in the corner, we they suffer. So they say that to share now, they don't struggle. We want struggle. So
kò sí ìrànlọ́wọ́ ẹjọ́ nítorí ọlọ́run gbogbo èèyàn ọmọ nàìjíríà ẹ bá mi ràn án lọ́wọ́ ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi ràn án lọ́wọ́ bá wa ṣe láàrin ó nídìí ẹsẹ̀ ìfẹsẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó ń promise nígbà election àárín wọn náà máa fún wa lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn náà máa fún lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn máa fún lẹ́sẹ̀ ìfẹsẹ̀.
àsìkò tí gbogbo yóò rù láwa ẹ̀.
So, do you remember now? 8 months, and we are still going for 8 years. Do you know how many years remain? 7 years, 4 months. And to those of you who are still, you are still kind of, you are still being able to afford things. Let me tell you what is going to happen to you. By the time Cardi B and Tinubu finish with this threat of people taking out their dollars and exchanging it, it's unpatriotic to save dollars in your account, blah, 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 blah. By the time they are done, have you heard something called capital flight? You see, by the time the result of all of this will come out, you would expect the dollar to go to how much? 800, abi 700, abi? By the time the result finally comes out, ó máa dàbí àrásán pa kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ ni. You see, those of you who are still able to afford things now, Gari is this, Semo is that, Ororo is this, fuel is too expensive, this one is expensive, that one is this and that, yeah? Majority of you too, you are going to, very soon, you are going to start either finding a way to run away yourself, or one of your videos are going to pop on this screen where you too will say, "Want to first submit Dolosio?" Because what they are doing to you that you don't know, the hyperinflation that you are suffering from, you see all these knee-jerk fire brigade policies, the roadside economic gossip ideas. By the time the results they begin to arrive, you may likely be more upset and teary than this young man. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. Here is one of the Emilokans. He is doing fine, but inside, he knows he is living on a borrowed time. Before you know it, he too will likely fall into the bracket of that poverty. Or do you think all those who are in poverty today, some of them were not living better yesterday? In 2015, Bokwari, that has been jobless for over 30 years, educated people, employed people, people with jobs, people with businesses, they joined the bandwagon of Tinubu, the strange bedfellows, that they wanted to change Nigeria and save Nigeria. By the time Bokwari was done with you in 8 years, a lot of those who were like employed in 2015, they were mostly beggars today. Or they have jackpot, ran away from Nigeria. The Nigeria they thought, those who were abroad, by the time Bokwari gets in, all of us will go to return. Like say, the Israelites are coming back from Egypt. They said it too. They said all of us, they said Oyinbos will be begging for Nigeria visa. At the end of the day, Nigerians, they do night vigil for Somalia visa. Can you even believe that? After 8 years. You see, when these ones are done, a lot of you that are still able to afford 1,000 naira bread, 1,000 naira semo, 60,000 naira bag of rice, by the time Tinubu is done, and the unfortunate thing is that it's not going to be limited to those who are the Abobakus, the Awon Lokons. If you don't understand Yoruba, relax. Somebody is going to be interpreting for you or subtitling for you in the comments. Now, if you don't see any, right, I will come back here and give you the summary. But I don't know if you should believe the tears. I think the guy wanted to start with being teary, and somehow, the truth just eats him. Like, I'm not even, I don't even have to pretend though. This issue now, all of us are crying, including those who can even afford it right now, struggling to afford it. Oh, imagine those who can't at all. Listen to this man.
Àìlè sọ̀rọ̀ ìbẹ̀rù orí burúkú ni. Ṣé wá rí asúnkun símú tí ń tọ́jú okun pamọ́ ni. Bí ó bá jáde kò yọ padà jáde ń kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀. Ṣé wá rí àṣà kọ̀ọ̀kan mi olóríire yẹn ìbá wọn dárú ẹ̀. Àṣà kọ̀ọ̀kan mi náà ni màálù kan dá láàfin ọba aláyélúwà kan láyé ọjọ́ sí. Ọ̀ràn tẹ́sí ń dá màálù náà padà fi kó fá ọ̀ràn. Torí kán wọ́n bá pa wá, torí kán wọ́n jí wa gbé, torí kán wọ́n bá nìkan kẹ́bí wa, torí kán wọ́n bá rán wa lẹ́wọ̀n, torí kán wọ́n bá dájọ́ ọkú fún wa, torí kán wọ́n bá ní ẹ lọ assassinate ẹ pàdánù. Lọ́wọ́ á fà á àwárí yẹn kankan tó lè jáde lórí ìyà tí ń jẹ wá lọ́wọ́ báyìí lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Ráìsì ilé mi tán lánàá mo wá ní kán lọ ra ráìsì ike ọ̀dà 6,500 báàgì sìmẹ́ǹtì láàárọ̀ èmi gẹ́gẹ́ mọ́ra 6,500 pẹ̀lú ọ̀kadà tí ó gbé wọnú sáìtì. Aṣíwájú wa ọ̀fọ̀bà tó ní mísẹ̀ lẹ́rìí bóyá àwọn tó ń bá ìtukọ̀ ìlú wà láwọn òpìtì wa àwọn tó ń gbowó oṣù bó náà sì fẹ́ gbáyé báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá dé passport office ṣé bí mi mò ń ṣe passport báwọn yẹn ojoojúmọ́ lè rò pọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ mi ẹ jọ̀ọ́ láti rí wàláì orílẹ̀-èdè àbí ìlú táwọn mẹ̀kúnnù bá fi sunkún tómi ojú wọn bá ìkànlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́ọ̀ni o ẹ béèrè wò wàláì tàláì kómi ojú wọn ó tó délẹ̀ ọlọ́run sì máa gbèjà wọn àti ẹ̀gbọ́n àwa tá a lè tọwọ́ bá kò tá a lè ra tó wùwà ẹrù táwọn kan gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wa sọ àárín kankan ọlọ́run aṣíwájú wà láàárín kankan ẹ láàrin iná òdùó ọ̀nà ọ̀dà ilé ìfọpo tẹ́ ẹ láàrin kí lówó rẹ̀ wo orí epo gan tẹ́ ẹ yọ ẹ jọ kí lówó rẹ̀ wo orí epo tẹ́ ẹ yọ tẹ́ ẹ yọ náà ní ìsìntẹ́ láàfin rí àti December àti ẹfún àti January ẹ àárín kankan ọlọ́run àárín kankan ẹ sì rà túbọ̀ tán gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ wọn tí ìpínlẹ̀ wọn ò tòrò púpọ̀ ní wọn náà lọ́wọ́ sẹ́nétọ̀ púpọ̀ ní wọn náà lọ́wọ́ mínísítà ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè wo gan-an wá ló fi yàtọ̀ sáwọn àwọn tó ti ṣèjọba tẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà tí ẹ sì fi débẹ̀ aláàánú mẹ̀kúnnù dé ìyàwó dópin gbogbo tá a fẹ́ láàrí ẹjọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ yín gan-an ń gbẹ̀ wọlé tẹ̀ ọ̀kan rẹ̀ balẹ̀ ẹ sì ní kò sí ń tẹ́ fowó wa ṣe ìyàwó yín náà sọ ṣé báyìí ti lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ ti lówó dání bá ìṣèjọba tó fẹ́ dà lùrú tó fẹ́ da gbogbo ẹ̀rú ẹ wòye epo ẹ wòye ráìsì ẹ wòye gààrí pánú oṣù kéègùn ta ní jẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ ta ní jẹ sáwá olórí ẹja ní ìsìnú ọ̀pọ̀ ilé náà ti ń jẹun báyìí tí wọn ò tiẹ̀ rẹ́ran fi jẹun ẹlòmíì gan ò tiẹ̀ róúnjẹ jẹ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ro gbogbo nǹkan ẹ̀rọjọ́ tá a pàdé ọlọ́tọ̀ ṣẹ̀dá wa wàláì owó tí wọ́n fáwọn èèyàn lójúmọ́ ó fọba tó ní mí sẹlẹ́rì láwọn ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀jọ́ torí ìtọ̀ lọ́hùn ẹgbẹ́ ẹ ní listening ears ẹ létí ẹgbọ́n táwọn mẹ̀kúnnù ń sọ ṣé mẹ́yìn gan ọ̀pọ̀ pẹ́ tèmi tẹ́ ẹ wá yìí ẹ wòye owó tí mo há lójúmọ́ nígbà tó bá torí ìtọ̀ lọ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ níbẹ̀rù ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe kẹ́hìn tí dọ́tà mú báírò tá a kọ gbogbo tá a fáyé ṣe tá a máa sọ ẹnu wa ò ní rojọ́ mọ́ torí bẹ́ẹ̀ nu bá rojọ́ ẹnu ọ̀pàrọ̀ ẹni tí ọjọ́ tí ó kù yín kọba tó ṣẹ̀dá yín ẹni tí ìfún pínpín náà sàárè sẹ́yìn pípín ṣe é létí ni ẹjọ́ torí ìtọ́lọ́ ẹrú tí mẹ̀kúnnù torí ọlọ́wà láìlú ọ̀fararọ gbogbo tẹ́lẹ̀ sì wà láàrin kankan ọlọ́mọ fọlọ́n tó sẹ̀mí mi búra sí àárín kankan. àìlè sọ̀rọ̀.
àtìṣebọ àtìṣetẹ àtìṣetẹ àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́ àtìṣetẹ tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́ àtìṣetẹ kágbádé fálárì àtìṣetẹ kágbẹ̀bí fálárì àtìṣetẹ adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó àtìṣetẹ òṣèlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò àtìṣetẹ àdìsítẹ́ èdò gbówó mi ńtẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ ètìsítẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ ìjàǹgì aráàlú àdìsítẹ́ àdìsíbó àdìsítẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́ àdìsítẹ́ òdìsítẹ́ kágbádé fáláre àdìsítẹ́ kágbẹ̀bí fáláre àdìsítẹ́ adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó àdìsítẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ òṣèlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò àdìsítẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ èdò gbówó mi ńtẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ ètìsítẹ́ àdìsítẹ́ ìjàǹgì aráàlú àdìsítẹ́ àdìsíbó àdìsítẹ́.
Etishebo. Consequences, they said elections have consequences. So what that man was upset about is the situation of the economy. The fact that the amount of money it gives to people who cannot feed themselves every day breaks his heart. He said, everything that Tinubu promised them, they haven't seen anything. That was him saying, I swear to God, we didn't see anything. Eh? You said you are already rich. Your wife said that you are already rich, you don't need our money. But who are the people around you who are making this country hard? When you got there, we thought it was like, the man that loved the poor is now in charge. That's why I said, immediately Tinubu came in, they felt like, the man that loved the poor is now in charge. Who are the people who are making us suffer, Shiwaju? Where is the money you removed from subsidy that you said you will help us with? That's when he started crying. But in a nutshell, it seems like he wasn't crying for himself. He was crying for others because he has seen it. He could tell about it. He's feel it or felt it. Well, maybe still feeling it. You know? So he had to make that video and said, Tinubu. Then at some point he had to say, Tinubu, why don't you remember the time you will die? The day that we are all going to show up in front of our creator. That's one of the lies they are telling you. This is why I hate people who involved politics who involved religion in politics. So this is why I have problem with them. There are people who believe that all of these things that these criminals are doing to them, they are going to face God and account for everything. And God will punish them by sending them to hellfire. Baba, do you even understand that kind of brainwashing when you use that in place of politics? So politicians will say, well, that's fine. We'll meet there. He said, you know that he said, the tears of a poor man must not, the drop of the tears of a poor man must not drop on the ground. God will be very angry. And when they see God, that's why he said, when Tinubu see God, God will not allow him to use his mouth to talk about all of the things that he did. God will give him a pen and his hand will be writing all of the things Tinubu did. He said Tinubu should remember that too. Do you hear that, Mumu? So me now, I will now be powerless, unable to go after criminals who are destroying my livelihood, who are destroying my value, who are destroying my country, supposedly. I will have no power to go after them. I will just wait till all of us die so that I can laugh. I say, hey, thank you, God. Thank you. Oshejare God. You are a very good God. Now go and burn. Baba God, can I get a binocular? Because I want to be seeing all the Nigerian leaders that are in hellfire so that I can be happy. I can be happy that, yes, look at Babangida burning. So look at burning. We are now in paradise. where we will never die. We'll be wearing white clothes. We'll be flowing. We'll be doing all of that because we were poor when we were alive. Imagine millions of people being brainwashed to believe that. And the politicians are just like, what's the problem? What's the problem? When we get there, we'll sort that. Senator, you should remember your day with God, though. He said, don't worry. When I get there, we'll sort that one. Money for the hospital. You use that money to buy Jeep. Yes, I use the money to buy Jeep. The day of judgment. The day of judgment. When we get there, we'll solve that one. We don't want a generation that believes that the criminals who are doing this to them, destroying them, they are so powerful that the only thing they can hold on to is the belief that they will laugh last when they get to heaven. Heaven is sky to just stay slow and bear. So that the sky daddy will now be there. Sky daddy will now say, yes, Tinubu, come here. How much is Gary in May 29, 2023? About God. The price of Gary was just about 500 Naira per cup. Now, in 8 months, how much was Gary? Answer me. About God. It's 2,500. In 8 months. Is that good? Do you know that all these poor people, they did not eat Gary when they were alive? Look at all these poor people. Do you know that all these people, they died because they couldn't afford semo. Now, here is my judgment. Oh, yeah, go to hellfire. And all the poor people, Nigerians. Hey, in heaven, how stupid can people be? How? That's why I said, when people try to brainwash us, they did to me. I just kind of became a rebel. Sure you get. The politicians are like, okay, yeah, let God judge. God will judge you, Senator. That's fine. Let God to judge you. A politician that knows that there's no God that is coming to judge, except when they become the victims of their own system, the failed system they created. For example, they have assassinated the governor. Oh, the former governor has been kidnapped. Yes, that's karma. A poor man is happy. There is oppressor. Is going to die of cancer. Yes, thank you, God. Forgetting the fact that millions of you are dying of communicable diseases that shouldn't kill you. And millions more will still die because of the failures of these rogues. Anyway, that man is now like pretty much saying, make Tinubu shall remember, say God will judge him. Tinubu doesn't give a damn about you. You just don't know. Some of you tell yourself that there are some people who are the ones who are making it difficult for whatever Tinubu's plan is for you. No. They are just doing exactly what they are told to do. Now you, delusion, they worry. Here is another one. And every time all of you, they show how the shege they hit you. I will be using your video here to teach other mumus who are fighting and attacking other people who reject Tinubu. I will be using your video to, you know what I mean, like to teach others. If they kill you, if I see where they kill you, I will take out your corpse. I respect the dead that way. Because I don't wish you dead. I don't want you to be kidnapped or killed. But it's not in my hands. It's not under my control. The people that have the capacity and resources to make sure that you are not kidnapped, they have abandoned their responsibility. You are relying on God. So it's not in my hand that if you are going to be killed or kidnapped, it's not with me. But when you are killed or kidnapped, as a Lagos Abo Baku and Oshogbo Alimajiri, I will still respect your dead body. I'll just show the place and the people around where you were killed or kidnapped so that I can use you to tell others and say, oh, she mashele see well, oh, mashele say me, oh, mashele, so many of us, whether you like them or not. But those of you who are supporting and defending them, a lot of you believe that this so and so should not affect you. And when they happen to you, I will use you as an example for others. And if after using you as an example, if you are still alive, they don't kill you, I will offer you this for your pain. Now, here is another one, like I said.
Everybody has to post. To rest. Nigerian cool or buy. One do a hospital. One reject one in FMC. Wọ́n gbé ọ̀rẹ́dẹ́ náà hospital wọ́n reject wa. Wọ́n gbé Nàìjíríà káàkiri gbogbo hospital sí. Wọ́n reject Nàìjíríà sí. Gbogbo everybody sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ o. Everybody sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́nà láàrin orí Nàìjíríà o. Ó ń bà jẹ̀rọ báyìí sí kò sẹ́ tó sọ̀rọ̀ o. À ń pọ̀ ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó ná ó lọ o. Ẹ̀rọ bíi ṣe Tinubu Yorùbá lèmi o Yorùbá la tẹ̀lé o Yorùbá la tẹ̀ fún o. Èmi ò ní dàgbà pé Tinubu is aware of all this. Kó bá ìbọn jíjà bá lójú wọn, wọ́n ń gbé fáìlì ọ̀fọ̀ bí kò sáà ní o. Ṣé Tinubu youth leader ẹjọ́ ẹ reply o. Dọ́là àti náírà ikú ló pa àti ṣá. Ẹ̀rọ bí yóò lè pa ọ nígà. Ó ti ń lọ fún ṣìǹkàlábà. Ẹ̀rọ bí ìdísà sábà yẹn tẹ́ o tún lè pẹ́ ìdárẹ́lá. Ẹ̀rọ bí kí sùn máa dómi lọ ẹ̀rọ fẹ́ wọn dá ẹ̀. Ẹ̀rọ bí ìlú òfààrọ̀ kò pé wa. Ẹ̀rọ bí kò pé anything can happen at any time. There was solutions. Let's find solution to it. Small even so kó tó di issue. Tó bá kí n bá fi ni mọ̀ bá ní kọ́ pa ẹ̀ lágọ̀ mẹ́ta ọ̀sán. Àlùkùnrin má kàsí má kí mi.
Àsìkò tí gbogbo yóò rù láwa ẹ̀. Àsìkò tí gbogbo yóò rù láwa ẹ̀.
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
So, and if anybody sort of is feeling the pain of the hardship, see, I've got two things I could offer you. Please bring out if you are a Buharidin, a Buhari Didiri, a Buhari Dinotu, a Buhari Dijatu, a Buhari Shuku, Ngozi, Ari, Uneka, Ari, sophisticated morons, humbled slaves of this world. I don't know about your uncles and aunties abroad, okay? They are Brodian Buhari idiots. They are Brodian bat idiots. They are Brodian bat starts. I don't know how much hardship those ones are facing. But if you are watching me from Nigeria, and this Shegementin that I recommend is free. It is free, yeah, it's free. So if you are feeling any shege, just walk into any chemist in your area and ask for Shegementin. It's free. It's from the federal government, Tinubu's government. Used to in the morning. Used to every day. Okay? Times 7 days a week. You see all this issue of hunger, for sometimes, okay, you'll be able to kind of. Or if you now feel like I don't feel use I don't feel take any medicine without eating, baba. For some of you are not and Maiyegun, please, anything at all. Now bring out your pen. I've got a card for you. This is not for everybody, okay? It is for the. I don't know why they won't even believe me. A lot of you dumbos will believe anything from the mouth of all these APC criminals, but you won't believe me. Bring out your pen, Ijo. You pretend the Koko number is still there. It is the Ronu card with the Agbado Banki. But let me tell you something. You can only spend, 1 million naira at a go on this card. And it expires in March 2026. Sure you get. Don't let everybody see it. Good. You can take the picture. Take the picture. All you need is the number. Just quote the number. I have another one. I think that one is Agbado Depot. Another place where if you take that number there, all right, 1 second. If you take that number there, give me a sec. Sorry about that. So if you take that number I just gave you, right? When you walk into any of the Agbado filling station nearest to you, near you, all right? You have to scream 3 times on your knees in front of the filling station like this. You will not say, wow, don't go there with your family, just you. You say, 3 times. Then walk into the place with that numbers, okay? And the pin is very easy too. Just, it's for the national use. 0000. 0 Mary. They ask for the pin. And where is the shitty man who said that we're mocking? We're mocking Nigeria. We are laughing because Nigeria Naira is crashing. People said they will save Nigeria Naira by stealing the money, forex in people's bank accounts. If you have $100 or $200 anywhere, Cardi B is coming for that money. You will wake up one morning and your dollar will become Naira. They have done it in Zimbabwe. They have done it in Venezuela. Your money is gone. Otilo. You better make a move now before it is too late. So whatever the hardship is, my brother, shitty man, who said we were laughing. I don't know if you have seen this video, by the way. I'll show you.
It is not only disheartening and disenchanting, but stupefying and heartbreaking that yesterday when the Naira culminated to 1,500 to the dollar, instead of us to coalesce into a single force and salvage our nation's economy. Sadly, some clowns are celebrating on Twitter.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Did you hear what Shekau Shetima said? Shekau Shitiman. He said some clowns. I want a clown. You destroy the country. Tinubu will handle economy. Shitiman will handle security. People are being killed. Naira is on a free fall. The Ashiri, the evil man, is talking about some people on the social media. They are enjoy a call. She now in fault. Maybe in fault now. So yeah. He said that people's economic concept is to steal from you. Their own economic recovery concept is what? Is to borrow money and devalue the Naira. Then turn around and begin to look for people to blame. The other day, they said that Bureau de change are the reasons why the dollar is scarce. And almost same time, 2 or 3 years ago, Emefiole, that is now a big thief that represented the Bokuwari, Emefiole was cutting down trees in Abuja. Can you even believe that? A ridiculous place that they've made of that country. So yeah, shitty man who said he was going to undo economy. Tinubu that was, undo security. Tinubu that was going to undo economy is in France. And today, like I said, everyone, including Kings, everyone is at the mercy of a terrorist in Nigeria. All right? And just like the monkeys that took over a car but can't drive it. And somebody said, Maiyegun, so are you now happy? Are you happy that this Nigeria is now, this whole thing is happening? Ogbenoje, come clean. What is this whole thing happening? Are you happy that people are suffering? Are you happy that the Naira is falling? So kilo yekin shegongo yekima keni abi? Like I'm supposed to kind of sit down there and be crying. Say, Maiyegun, what happened? Naira is dying, Abulori Brukuni. So if I start crying because Tinubu and his criminal gang, APC, Egbe, are unable to protect any of us. They cannot keep us safe. Terrorists are killing our own royal fathers, including citizens, kidnapping children. Tinubu, who told you will keep you? He didn't tell you anyway. He didn't really promise you anything. You that decided to become a Ronu Nazi, who become Alimajiri Agbado Mighty, an Agbadorian from Oshogbo, claiming Lagos. All of you are mad people, including your confessor Soyinka. You were there gaslighting everybody. Now, the whole thing is biting everybody. It's not just you. Kokoshidano. Kokoribukudano kima koramo. Can you understand now? Ask everybody where they abroad serve. Ask them how much of the inflation and hyperinflation in Nigeria is affecting majority of them too here. Kokoribruku esigbo. So you want me to come here and say what? Kimake? Like we just shofo atiwa titi Tinubu yin fe just shofo danu ni abi. So you are no like Kosimozu mo abi. You don't get Mozu again. To come and threaten people that they will cry for 80 years. Now you want to gaslight me and ask me, am I happy that you are suffering? Abon shireni. Mo wa more than happy. And the only people I will feel sorry for are those who are not really supposed to, those who didn't want this, those who did everything to stop this and prevent this. Abonori brukunye. Toba ji egbe mafia she program ni man. In fact, I'll make it will look like I'm making fun of you. Make fun of you directly. Because it's not in my control. Me only stop. I can't stop the kill. See all the others they killed. Even if you didn't like them, if nobody liked them, those who killed them are terrorists. Do you understand? And they are able to do that because APC, Ebekegbe, brought terrorism to Nigeria. Nigerians are now trapped in that. One be request to I am happy that you are suffering. So that the number can even reduce. Because what we are trying to do now is that to get those who are like responsible enough to be courageous enough. Because they are more than you. Now the courage no plenty. What don't be long me? Are you happy? Can feel sorry for you are there jumping up and down, soiling the name of Yoruba because of Tinubu. You are there participating in an Olympic, ethnic Olympic, tribal Olympic. You were a suffering and smiling sufferhead. You believe that defending a drug dealer who gives no hoot about you is defending Yoruba? Olori bruku wangwa anytime I just suffer po. About packing the problem is a waste of you are a waste of vessel. Majority of you are a waste of vessel anyway. And it won't mean anything to Tinubu. They have already been killing you. And a lot of you are looking for 10,000 naira to pay you 20,000 naira so that you can go and tell people who are victims of all this terrorism, economic destruction, that they were lying. When you now finally enter the hand of your kidnappers and somebody said, it's APC. Oh, she supported APC. You are now looking for sympathy. And then another one came. In case if you are new here, I know those I am directing what I'm saying to. And if what I am saying is making you uncomfortable, even though you can publicly tell everybody, I don't support Tinubu. I don't like APC. But Maiyegun, your platform is a big place that a lot of people are watching you all over the world. And you cannot just be cussing and cussing. Do you know those who get problem with the way I speak? They are the closer, they are the people who are supporting these criminals in the corner of their room. And when are they cussing like that? They become advisor. Maiyegun, I just want to advise you. You don't need to be cussing. You don't need to let my shake with when you. Once you say that, my bear package it I know it's because you hated Tinubu. Oh, okay. Let's talk about hate or love. I don't hate people, by the way. All right. But how much has your love for Tinubu done for Nigeria or for you? I love Asiwaju die. I can die because of Asiwaju. And it of soon not tele. They won't burn you before. You were about to be burned. And you are already black. I can die for Asiwaju. I can die for APC. On fait tele you can die. Save of cost. Save one cost. Because in Cotton, all the activities, all of their policies, they are there to kill you anyway. So if you are already waiting and all of that, you are welcome to the party. You will not come here and politically correct me. Yeah, say Maiyegun. The one that Abobakus, the fake Omoale Yorubas who are using Tinubu, person will deny him papa, deny him mama, even in death, adopted another drug runner, Abibatu Mogaji. And the whole story, everybody is in public, by the way. So me, we know my papa, Emi Omo Badero Loke Agbo Nijebu Igbo. I will now sit down here and I will use a drug dealer as my fatherly figure. Ngba to shekpe for me. Ngba ti mi o kin shomo ale. Emi Omo Badero Loke Agbo Nijebu Igbo. I will come see one drug dealer. I will come say it's a fatherly figure. To banch to kin shomo ale. Today, it's not only that you have actually brought out to the house, insect infested, ant infested firewood. Everybody they collect now. You won't come gaslight me. Me Badero. Think again. You have called me disrespect. He lacks home training. He doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't respect elders. He doesn't blah, 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 blah. That's how I discovered the closest supporters of these criminals. And don't let me lie to you, right? When I know that you are a diehard supporter of these rogues, not a brainwashed fool who just want to believe anything they say to him or her. Sure you get? Once you begin to sound like the real fanatical APC, I consider you as a threat to my life. Once I figured that out, you are a threat to my life. If you believe in anything APC, if you are bold enough to even defend any tiny thing about them, I don't give a damn about who you are. I will consider you as a potential threat to my life. I'll do everything to avoid you. And at the same time, I am always going to be more or less like, violent ready against you when I come across you. Because that's it. You are a danger to me. What you believe in, everything you represent has caused death. They have caused death, violent death, medical death, economic death to the people I love and those who love their loved ones. So when you believe in APC, don't tell me it's a political choice. I can make my own. Of course you can. But when you make such choice to people like me, Maiyegun, I consider you as a threat to my life. You will not hesitate to see me destroyed or killed. Even if it has nothing to do with APC or anything, because that's you. If you can believe in them, then you are a dangerous person. If your husband believes in them, even though you have been married for so long, let me tell you something. People like that, if they have to choose between you and them in a way, they won't blink twice. And that's what APC represents. Then they will gaslight you and say, come on, show some respect. I'll be respect for there's nothing they haven't called me. He no get respect. He no have he has no God. He has no this or that and all that nonsense. Nothing they haven't called me. And you won't be the first to call me anything. But when you do that, I hope I'm not speaking to you. But when everything I say upsets you, make you uncomfortable, and you want to offer me advice, because we all know the only reason you will ever feel somehow about anything Maiyegun say is because even if you haven't publicly showed that you are one of them, you are a closet secret murderer that is supporting APC. Remember that all the time. It's not just politics. This is worse than politics. And we know the Omoale Yorubas that are using Tinubu as a Yoruba leader. That's all shake for me. That's me okay, Shomoale. Emi omo ko Yoruba. We look at Tinubu and say Yoruba. That's all shake for me. Now that all of this are happening, you deal with him as a criminal that he is and the 48 thieves that he puts together. But when you turn yourself to the ethnic jingoist, somebody where they fight for God, or somebody who is fighting for Yoruba because of Tinubu, but you are not fighting for Yorubas. Yorubas are suffering. Yorubas are dying. Yes, they are, including Yorubas. Where is your rage? Where is that your rage? You can't be angry. Anybody where they won't kill them, kill them. As long as Tinubu is still the president. 8 months last year, we are going for 80 years. And you think Maiyegun is going to be out of your screen anytime soon. Never. With these rogues on, right? I am always going to be here to remind you that you see decisions, actions, elections, all of these have consequences. And only you will be responsible for the consequences of your action. You will not gaslight anybody to be part of it. No, you won't. No, you won't.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not...
Pastor, ó ń ṣọ́ pastor àwọn ọmọjọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa àṣẹ kò rí pé orí wa ti burú ìwọ má dídá ìpápá ẹ̀dá rin jẹ́ kí wọ́n báìbù tó ń jẹ kò jẹ́ gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù àwòyí àárín mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú báìbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù kí ni Jésù lò àfẹ́ rí lólo ìwọ má dídá ayé bàjẹ́.
May God continue to rest his soul, as is the common prayer for the man. Melafia, that's his name. Obadiah Melafia, I think that's his name, is dead now. He did warn everyone, and a lot of people believe that he was killed. He wasn't violently killed. They said he was probably poisoned. And he suffered, I think, a heart attack or something before he died. But before he died, he was very, very outspoken. He was a man from the Middle Belt and, of Nigeria. And after his death, the only thing was that there was no physical combat, but there was war, and there is still war. The English name for jihad is war. And since their sponsor and financiers are still in government, the man he was mentioning, he was referring to, was El Rufaya of Kaduna. And we also saw the death of a chief of army staff that died in a plane crash on his way to Kaduna, but not before stopping at the Aso Rock. And then he died. Well, the whole thing is probably coming back. Atairo is coming back now in a way. So yeah. About dear Melafia warned us, and the Fulanis, they have been having a field day since 2022. The attacks have been like endless, and that is why the Bokwari's government did all they could to ensure that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up the ESN for the IPOB in December 2021. By April 2022, Buhari's government already worked on how to get Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped, and they kidnapped him from Kenya. And we all saw what happened afterward. Yes, the jihad. Nigeria is not at war because what Nigeria is fighting is also war, but it is called a jihad. And it is only the Fulanis that are fighting this jihad with the rest of ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. We are not allowed to fight back. Maybe if we have been allowed to fight back, these terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, when they activated their cell of terrorists since 2021, 2022, it would have been called a war if we have been allowed to fight back. And I know your question is, who is going to allow you? Maiyegun. So you are expecting them to allow you to fight back. I said, the government of Nigeria did all they could to disarm the people. Don't deny that. Stop pretending as if to say, some of you are just like keypad warriors who just talk nonsense. Don't pretend that the state organized disarming of the people. It has not been in place for the past 8 years in Nigeria. Okay? And don't pretend that the security system that was supposed to provide those security have been compromised for the past 8 years, leaving the people vulnerable to all these attacks. Don't pretend. People are not going to fight back with bare hands, are they? Or they're going to fight back with arrow and sword? So don't pretend that the system that is already been put in place to disarm the people is not there. And of course, yes, we shouldn't probably be waiting for them to allow us to defend ourselves. We would have to defend ourselves anyway. But do not pretend that all those factors are not there. Do you understand? So yes, my Lafia warned us. And today it is only the Fulani terrorists that are fighting war with the jihad with the rest of Nigeria. There is no part of Nigeria that these criminals have not killed people, or kidnapped them, or destroyed their farm, or ransacked their villages. There is no part of Nigeria, especially south, the middle belt and down south. There's no other tribe or nationality in Nigeria, ethnic nationality in Nigeria, organized their army to kill any other person outside their land, except the Fulanis. So he was right. But while everyone is pretty much trying to cut down on the the expansion or any spread of fanaticism, religious fanaticism. Some people told me that, you see, that those ones that always claim blasphemy up north, that always kill people because they believe that they insulted Allah, or they touched the Quran, or anything they lie to, then they will kill them. Okay? Or if you convert from Islam to Christianity up north, don't do it. Listen to me, don't go and meet Jesus in northern Nigeria. This is like a life-saving advice, by the way, and don't laugh about it. If you have a child, tell them, number one, I've told you, stop sending your children up north for NYSC, National Youth Service. Stop sending your children outside your own, outside the place that you live, outside the place they school. But if you can't control that, and your child ended up north, Isiaka, no go meet Jesus for Kano, Omakpaenio. They know they convert from Islam to Christianity in northern Nigeria, Sharia north. It's blasphemy, Omakpaenio. They go catch you, burn you. This is like a life-saving advice. But all this kind of fanaticism spreading to the part of a Yoruba land is a no-no. Because like we all kind of know, in Yoruba land, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian or a traditionalist and what have you, or even if you don't get any religion at all, we all coexist together peacefully and we respect our own spaces. There is nowhere that we believe that a Yoruba-born son or a Yoruba-born is going to kill anybody because of religion, or because of Muhammad, or because of Allah, or because of Quran, or because of anything. We don't believe there is any Yoruba-born that will ever be radicalized to that point And some people are like, Maiyegun mama soro, but I know why are you sounding with? I mean, you are so wrong and you are confident. No, I'm not confident. I'm just saying like this. That's how I was brought up. So if things have changed, that's fine. Tell me. And now they've told me. They say all these fanatics that will one day get to the stage of killing people because of their religion in Yoruba land, because of Islam. They are already existing. There are those who are starting fights like hijab war. Their children must wear hijab to Methodist school. Their children must wear hijab to this other. You know what I mean? Like unnecessary distraction to even to their own children's welfare and their education. So they put that religion before that. So there are those who are already starting that in Yoruba land already. There is a Mumurik guy. Say Akinola ni abi Akintola. Akinola, I think it's Akinola. I don't know. That guy that is called Professor. The one that is always tying handkerchief on his head. Yeah, all those Arabian scarf, handkerchief. He always put that on his head. Educated man, but he's already brewing fanaticism in Yoruba land. I just don't think it will get to a stage yet where a Yoruba-born Muslim will kill anybody because of Allah. But there are things. I've seen them fight over hijab in schools for their children. What I don't understand is for somebody to go and fight because of hijab when your daughter needs an urgent medical care. So this happened in UCH Ibadan. And the video is online. But there's something I'm going to say because after that, we are going to be rounding up and I'm going to take calls, okay? To those of you who are Muslims watching me this, it's not just in Yoruba land, all over Nigeria, please. Some of you who are educated, please help. Those of you who are like doctors yourself, medical practitioners, I think you also need to help in orientating and educating the people that, listen, it doesn't make any sense for safety purpose for you to wear hijab into an operation theater. And that's why they always wear you all this, what do they call those things? Crest, apron, the one that you have to wear over your clothes and take off so many things. If you are the one that is going under the armor, you have to take off all your clothes and you put on that dress. Medically, they say it is to prevent contamination. Contamination can lead to serious, problems within the theater, and all of that is just for protection. But somebody was holding his own daughter that was to be taken into theater or an operation room to kind of work on. He's angry. He said they won't take her daughter into the operation room because she's wearing a hijab. Is it because she's a Muslim? Are you discriminating against Muslim here? No, it's the rule. Okay? Yeah, okay, for security reason, for this other reason, for that, especially for the safety of the child. You can't put on a dress and say because she's a Muslim. I have seen many people that a religion has destroyed. For example, they will say, our faith says we should not use medical care. I should not touch anything medical. I should only pray. I have seen people died. They suffered. They died. All because of this religion thing. Oh. Here you get. Can those of you who are Muslims and medical practitioners tell others that it is the procedure? And if this is coming from a place, a Yoruba land, the place that is the cradle of Western education in Nigeria, the place where free education was our legacy. Somebody who went to school, holding his own daughter, supposedly needing medical, like emergency medical care, and he's fighting religious fights that they must let his daughter walk into the theater room with hijab. And the nurses were so perplexed that they were like, no, please, can somebody explain to him? Can somebody explain to him? It's in Yoruba. That's why I wanted to say, if this was told, if I was told of this, that this happened in Yoruba land, that somebody is angry, that they won't let his own son, his own child wear hijab as a Muslim, is a discrimination against, I would never have believed it. Now I have an evidence. that the fanatics are not just those who are illiterate, even those who are literate, educated. At any problem.
We are not against any religion, any tribe. Everyone else
Sherry, ẹ jẹ́ kémi ó sọ̀rọ̀, èmi tí mo dúró tí yín náà kì í ṣọmọdé. Sherry gbà tá dé bí báyìí, ní tó ń bí èmi nínú nìyẹn. Tí kì í ṣe pé bí báyìí ló ti change sáṣọ tó wọ̀, ó wọ̀ dé bí ẹ ti rí. Kẹ́ tó accept kẹ́ tó ní ká lọ sanwó gbá ká lọ sanwó. Àwọn tèmi sọ nìyẹn. Tó wáyé pé ńgbà tá dé bí báyìí lẹ sọ pé nǹkan báyìí o, à choose n tó wù. Ah no, mistake tẹ́yin ṣe nìyẹn. Ẹ̀yin ó sọ nípìlẹ̀ pé aṣọ yìí ẹ̀ ní gbàǹbí o tó ti ń sìn. No. Lélẹ̀ ìta ìsìn ṣe lọ. Ẹni sùúrù.
For security reasons, cannot allow. For infection purpose.
Irú bẹ́ẹ̀ ń ṣe wà ní gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ lò sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ lè lọ wọlé. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wọlé.
Nítorí ẹ̀ la ṣe ní scrub.
Àwọn òwò uniform.
Sherry, ẹ má ṣì èmi gbọ́. Èmi náà sọ̀rọ̀ religion. Ó lè má ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú religion. A ní ẹ ní òfin. Kẹ́ tó accept ẹ̀yẹn lẹ ti máa sọ fún wa pé òfin báyìí ń bẹ, òfin báyìí ń bẹ, òfin báyìí ń bẹ. Ìtẹ́ rí tó clean tí nǹkan tẹ́ rí. But àwọn èèyàn kan ló ṣàkọ̀ǹkan fún wa sáwọn òmò pófin yẹn ń bẹ ni. Àṣírí pàtàkì tó dán pariwo lẹ́yìn tó jáde ṣé báwọn tó attend sí mọ̀ pófin yẹn ń bẹ. Àwa ò lè comply. No, mi lè comply. A lè comply. So ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ti reject already. Ẹ má worry now, yóò dẹ̀ kọjá bí tájọ wà. Ebi lẹ ti lé bọ́ síta yẹn. Ebi lẹ ti lé bọ́ síta. Wọ́n ti lé wọ bọ́ síta náà. Ṣé báwo lẹ ti wà níta? Ebi lẹ ti lé wọ bọ́ síta yẹn. Ẹ ti lé wọ bọ́ síta.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ obìnrin kejì yẹn. Káwo kó wá jẹ́rìí.
Ẹ má bínú, ẹ̀yin lèmi pọ́nlé. Ẹ̀yin lèmi pọ́nlé tèmi fi tẹ̀lé wọn wá bí báyìí. Ẹ gbà. Ẹ má bínú. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣáàtìlé wọn jáde? Ẹ má wọrí náà. Ẹbẹ́ yìí lẹ́yìn níbí. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ níbí ẹbẹ́ ti lé wọn jáde? Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ níbí ẹbẹ́ ti lé wọn nítorí pé olónìkọ́ bò ó lo veil àbí? Ẹ má wọrí ẹbẹ́ ti lé wọn jáde.
I mean, those of you who hear Yoruba and understand Yoruba, you can easily understand that in the usual way, if that was a private hospital, the next thing is for that man talking in that video, walk out of the hospital, go straight to their next mosque and tell them that this hospital has rejected our daughter because she is a Muslim and wearing veil, hijab. Despite the explanation they were making to him there, like to prevent infection, once you enter into that place and all of that, you have to take everything off. And as for the child, we would have to take everything off and put on an apron or so on now. It is the procedure, and he said it, they said, we will not comply. No. Why didn't you tell us there are some rules that you are going to take off the clothes of our daughter and all of that to go into that place? She's a Muslim. When she walked in here, she walked in and dressed as a Muslim. So did you not see that she's a Muslim when you admitted us? The senior nurse then came out to say, listen, you know I was not here when you were admitted, but it is the rules. It is the rules that, and also in fact for the safety as well, to prevent infection. That is why it is normal. It's not because she's a Muslim or anything. Then the next thing he said was that, that's okay, that's fine. At least you have sent us out now, Abi. You sent us out of this place. No, we didn't send you out. You said you won't comply by it, since we didn't tell you about it when you first came in and we admitted that. Okay? But we thought it's just a minor thing. The health of your daughter should be more paramount and more important to you, especially at this point. Okay? These are just minor things. Get the daughter well and you put on a veil. When she comes back to the ward, she can put on their veil. Why should putting on veil to theater be an issue? Then he sort of changed it. He said, they send them out. That's what they will do. The next thing, they will mobilize their mob. Those ones will come with all different kinds of weapons. They will attack the place, possibly even kill the workers there. Okay? Or then set the whole place ablaze. The news will say, So people have been killed in Ibadan because the hospital rejected a Muslim man's daughter. That's how fanaticism works. Oh. And that is how they kind of group. Oh. That is how they mobilize and all that. Oh. If anything happened to that child, they will blame those that segment in the hospital, not themselves. Especially the idiot that was making that video that said, you know that I'm not a child. I'm not a small boy too. I'm not a small person. So when we came in, they did not tell us the rules. So because of that, we are not going to comply by the rules. And if you are not going to comply by the rules, we are not going to take her on. Oh, you are rejecting us. That's why you send us out, Abi. Is that why you send all of us out with the child? I just want you to know that we know that you send us out. Oh, then they walked out. That's a problem. And the reason why those people will probably be still safe right now is because they work for the biggest government hospital in the entire Western region, the UCH Ibadan. So it's going to take more than a mob. It's going to take an army to gain entrance and mobilize your mob and begin to burn down the place. But it is not impossible. And that is where the problem of fanaticism comes in. Fanatics can destroy anything, and fanaticism, which is exactly what APC, Egbekegbe, and so many people that associate with them represent. You can easily call them fascist. Okay? Our way or no way. So, nothing is impossible for the fanatics. And if we have them in Yoruba land on this same religious fanaticism, Omo Dudua, Edideo, Eronuo, and those who are kind of radicalizing our own people in order to use them against us, against our civilization, against our development, against our unity and other things that we probably are almost losing right now under the contraption called Nigeria. Those who are recruiting our people, in order to use them against us in the future, they know what we are worth. And therefore, there is no time for all of you to pretend that you don't care. There is a problem. Wala tiwa. But make a stop on there. Go make myself another cup of tea. And when I come back, I'll take us. Okay? I will take us. But remember, you can still do me that favor. Like the broadcast. Subscribe to my channel. Share it. All right? And maybe pick up your phone and be part of this. I will be back. Thank you. Yes, I have a caller on the line, but remember, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do. Okay, before we conclude the concluding part of the sermon tonight. So here is my first caller. Hello there.
Ẹ̀pẹ̀lẹ́ o, bàbá Maiyegun ẹ ṣé o, ẹ kú àgbálẹ̀ wa o.
Kábíyèsí o, báwo ni o?
Wálé wà níbẹ̀ o.
Gbé o.
Ó gbére, àyè máa gbére fún yín là.
Ṣé o.
Mo rí ẹ lórí stúdíò lómi ṣó lèlí. Ọlọ́run á fún ẹ ṣe o. Àṣìṣe ò ní bẹ́ o, àṣìṣe ò ní bà wọ́ àti gbogbo àwọn fámìlì ẹ o. Àṣeyè lálákàn ń ṣepo. Ṣẹ́rí bí làdé sẹ́yìn. The place where we don't reach now, be say, I think it is far better to start the revolution by every citizen moving into the palaces, moving into the governors' houses, local government chairman. Every government parastatals, people should start going there with their pot of soup, their plate and everything, resume to their offices, their houses, so that all the securities that are taking care of them will be taking care of all of us together. At least, if they want to run away, they go run enter our hand. Whatever they are eating, we should be eating it together. Wherever they are going, we should be going together. We are not going to confront the Fulanese S-men by ourselves. So that, because if we go and confront them by ourselves, they will be the same people that will call this federal government to come and kill us. So let us all resume to the governor's homes, resume to all the governor's offices, resume to all the chairmen, all the local government chairmen, all the councillors. Let's start from the councillors, all their offices wherever they are, including the House of Rep, House of wherever house they are. Let every one of them let citizens begin to go into their homes and we stay there. If we eat, there is no enough water, we can go home and drink water and come back and resume. At least, since they have the security that is supposed to be protecting the citizens, they have them in their hand. Let the securities be taking care of all of us together in their houses. At least. And since there is no Nigerian Airways, let their private jet, before they run away, they will meet all of us in there. The pilot will won't carry them, no go meet us there. The people they eat, they feed all of us together. Let it start from there. It's not that people will start going on the street. Let's start from the
politicians you know in your community. If you are hungry,
that's right.
Mobilize yourself to the next home of the person.
Let's start from there, so that then go begin to receive all that. So God
bless you, Baba. God bless you. Thank you so much. That is one there that is that sounds so good. You have the number, I believe. The people have the number, and they could actually make that happen. Among many other advices you've heard on this platform, that is one you can actually write down, so that when the day comes, right, you will be prepared. Here, hello. I actually thought I got you there, but somehow somebody is having their connection, their problems, right? Imagine you getting through to Maiyegun, and then your call freezes, like it has frozen my screen. So I'm going to take another one and see if I can. Hello there.
Hello, General.
Elder how are you? Now that you're here, that reminds me of Elder Akinshoname, whose birthday I believe is today or tomorrow. So I'm going to just say happy birthday to him. So Elder, how are you tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Where I am, luckily I'm not in Nigeria at the moment. So
at least, well, that's you know, that's gracious enough. So, Grant,
first of all, I feel for comrades that are in Nigeria at this time. because when you look at the problem of Nigeria as put forward, transfer from Buhari to Mr. Tinubu in essence, the security, because okay, this man came in and was trying to address economy. You're trying to encourage investors to come down and all that. Who is going to invest in a country that is not secure? Who? Are you mad to go and take your money?
If you are probably having some blood money that you need to clear.
Just imagine the number of the kings that are dying. I can tell you that it's just because they are king. That's why they are known. A lot of common people are dying every day as we speak, in essence. And you will have thought, okay, maybe this man wanted to change the security architecture of the country by having a Yoruba chief of staff, army staff. I don't know the position they call themselves.
I know.
But these people, they are so afraid of the Fulani, including Tinubu himself. They look at what came out this week when Olanipekun was saying that when Obasanjo was there, he approached him that he should change this system in Nigeria. I mean, the constitution. He said Obasanjo wanted to punch him in essence. That's what that man said. That man was the chairman of the bar association before in Nigeria.
But the committee of benchers or something, or the benchers in Nigeria, very strong one, yeah.
So mostly before you could be supported to become president in Nigeria, the Fulani will ensure they tie your hand, they tie your leg, and you are practically useless in essence. You cannot do anything to stop them. Luckily tonight, I don't know, I think the people in the kitchen were involved in the kids that were kidnapped. Along they have been found, and the Fulani involved have been arrested.
Great.
They have been arrested. What will happen to them? They will be released again without being prosecuted. No kidnapper has been prosecuted in Nigeria that I'm aware of. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm here to hear that any of the Fulani have been brought to justice for kidnapping people. They just released them and nothing happened. We cannot continue like this. Now, I was talking on a Facebook present with someone. I said, we need Yoruba nation now. And he said, oh, our man is the commander-in-chief. It's one Abadorian was telling me this. I said, well, she is the commander-in-chief for me.
You as a human being right now, that your man is
it for me? Is it for me, commander-in-chief, for what? Of what? And people are dying the way they dying, and it doesn't concern anybody. I don't get it. And this is what we've been telling them all along about this issue of the Fulani. I had a family member that was kidnapped, and he revealed exactly what this guy told him, that exactly like you play tonight, that these people are collecting this money to buy more ammunition. It's not to feed themselves. These people are not hungry. People could mistakenly interpret this as, oh, they are demanding this money so that they could feed themselves. They are poor. No, not at all. It's to buy more weapons, preparing every day. When the people came to a war before the election, killed about more than 50 people in a Catholic church in our war. Where are they getting this weapon? So really, I've mentioned time and time again, so that I will not take too much of your time. The police will need to be redeployed to their local government, to their town. When they are redeployed, this one doesn't cost Nigeria money to do that. Because the people will trust them, they will trust the people, they will be able to get the information. And secondly, all Nigerians will need to be able to carry guns. All these people doing that yet, and I don't believe in that. Go and get your own gun to protect yourself and protect your own family. These people have guns protecting them. Yes. Your pastor have guns protecting them. And they are telling you that keep praying, keep speaking in tongues. When AK-47 land for your body, go and learn how to speak 50 tongues. Nothing is going to stop you from going down.
Thank you.
You need God to protect yourself. And the last thing that they need to do, they need to redeploy the military in every state with the Air Force, so that whenever all these people all this happen, they can deploy the military and use Air Force to cover to back them up. That is in a government that they are serious.
That's
if they really want to break themselves out of Fulani. But as it stands today, the Fulani has held us to ransom. And it is right now for us to continue to support the Dua Republic, to continue to support the Biafra Republic, and every other republic that want to exist. We cannot continue this way. Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. That's
and every other republic that want to exist.
Hello. Hello. Hello there.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Grant, you might need to mute, the video.
Yeah, I've done. Yeah, I've done that.
Grant,
yeah, I've done that.
How are you today?
Maiyegun ojú ẹ̀rí. Yeah, Maiyegun, first of all, sorry, okay, jẹ́ kí n kí ẹ fún birthday, èmi àáfẹ́pọ̀ ọdún láyé lágbára Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo anybody Nàìjíríà yẹn tó bá fẹ́ máa gbẹ́nu gbèkúgbè. In fact, plan tí mo ní ni pé ṣé Ọlọ́run orí ibú tó ń sìn Nàìjíríà yẹn. Ọlọ́run èké òsì, Ọlọ́run olórí burúkú tó wà Nàìjíríà yẹn tí wọ́n ń ké pè yẹn. Mo fẹ́ mú Ọlọ́run tó dá gbogbo, Ọlọ́run tó kéré tó gbogbo lágbàáyé. Mo fẹ́ ra fíṣẹ̀ lọ sí Nàìjíríà kó lọ ná Ọlọ́run yẹn, kó mú lọ sọ́jọ́ òjé nìbàdàn. Tó bá nà tó ń bẹ̀, Ọlọ́run Nàìjíríà sí Ọlọ́run òfin ni wọ́n ń sìn bẹ̀. Kó nà, because mo fẹ́ sọ kíni kan fún ẹ. Ìjọ tí máa fi Christianity lẹ̀, inú church Adébóyè ni mo ti fi lẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo gbọ́ lẹ́nu olórí burúkú ẹ̀.
Redeem.
Yes, inú church ẹ̀gẹ́ ni mo ti fi Christianity lẹ̀ more than 20-something years ago. And bí mo ṣe wà yìí kò sí bàbá ẹni náà, kò sí bàbá ńlá babaláwo, bàbá ńlá pásítọ̀ kan tàbí bàbá ńlá ìmáàmù kan tó bá déwájú mi tí n bá fọ́ orí ẹ̀wọ̀n ní ríṣà. Torí that's right, torí irọ́ ló jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, irọ́ ni ẹ̀sìn. That's right. Sẹ́rí kí n tó gbàgbé, because ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ dé ń sìn, mánu olórí burúkú kọlù yìí Tinubu, we said it before the elections. Olórí burúkú ẹ̀bá tó kú sórí àga, á kú sórí àga fẹ́.
Àbá kó sọ́wọ́ ṣe ká o.
Yes, wọ́n ti plan rẹ̀.
Another dimension. Ọmọ die na die, everybody go dey gan lọ́wọ́ yìí gan.
Sorry, revolutions. People are not talking about revolutions in Nigeria. We need to articulate our revolutions because either way, ọwọ́ àwọn olórí burúkú náà lẹ́tọ́ máa bọ́ sí. Because they will arrange military. Àwọn náà ni wọ́n gbé arrange military government dìde. Tí a bá pariwo arrange government, please, any Nigeria don't accept.
That's right.
Please. Please, that time àti Biafra àti Odùduwà nation ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa sọ pé now enough, ẹ jẹ́ ká kúkú parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀.
The one tèmi sọ fún mi wà ní pé kọ́ bá ṣe gbogbo òṣìṣẹ́ ń ṣe lọ yìí o, kọ́ lọ máa kúkú òṣìṣẹ́ ń kúkú yìí o, ṣẹ́gẹ̀sà. Tèmi bá jí àárọ̀ ọ̀la, tí mo bá gbọ́ fellow Nigerians. Tí wèrè kan announce pé òun ti overthrow ìjọba tí kíní kọ̀kẹ́dẹ́ ó ti yẹn ń sìn. Èmi máa publicly encourage àwọn máa mobilize àwọn èèyàn everything wípé ẹni tó bá ti ní interest nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń kọ́, we will not be under any criminal northerner kan in the name of revolution, like you said, we end up in their hands. Publicly mobilize the fund.
Mọ̀bí tọ̀rọ̀ dé, èmi gángan fúnra mi mo fẹ́ gbé ojú jáde sí láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní sọ fún àwọn olókètò kan dìde. Máa gbé ojú mi sí because mi ò fẹ́ sọ ilé ní ọrùn anybody. Máa gbé ojú síta tí máa sọ fún àwọn ọmọdé dìde. Máa dẹ̀ sọ àwọn nǹkan tó máa ṣe fún wọn. Let me tell you something. Yorùbá sọ pé lẹ́yìn ikú sàárè. You understand? Àti tí n bá dẹ̀ kú, tí ẹ bá mú mi, tí ẹ bá pa mí, all right? Tí ẹ bá bí ìyàláyàwó bí a kọ́ máa sinmi, wọ́n á pè é yẹn rú jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
A kọ síbẹ̀ ní pé èyí jẹ́ nǹkan pàtàkì nínú ọmọ Odùduwà tí ó dúró ṣinṣin ní orí ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ méjèèjì tí ó jà fún òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Òun ni a fi sí ibi báyìí, òun ni ó sùn ní ibi yìí ní ìsinmi. Ẹ tí ó dá sáà kí ló dé wọ̀ ní síta ní ọmọ
Go on, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because sorry kò yé àwọn èèyàn kò yé àwọn èèyàn kò sí ọ̀nà àbáyọ fún Nàìjíríà kò sọ́nà àbáyọ kankan kò sí solution kankan nínú gbogbo wàhálà tó wà lẹ́ yìí. Because for example now you are talking about pé wọ́n fẹ́ mú how much ni wọ́n fẹ́ mú náà wọ́n fẹ́ lọ yá 3.5 billion.
Yes.
Wọ́n fi 12 billion owó epo ṣe collateral. That's right. Okay. So now tẹ́ bá fi owó yẹn sọ́ọ̀kì náírà, you understand? It can only last you for 2 weeks or 1 month. Kẹ́tọ́ padà sí.
Where we do see another money.
That's right. And you are not going to see that one again. Now,
how long are you going to even get to be seeing that kind of money to be pumping it? And in the long run, right? Yeah. If you run out at the end of the day, so what will now save the naira after that?
No, nothing. Because you know, Maiyegun, jẹ́ for any list, company can register under CAC Nigeria. They are all criminals. They don't set up any business. Nigeria doesn't set any business to help that country. They set up country and they set up businesses. What about Nigeria? Tell me any businessman, a real businessman, to businessman, Olori burúkú náà people do that. And Maiyegun, how many times láń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wípé ìwọ tó bá jí láàárọ̀ tó rò pé o ní political leader kan tàbí o ní religious leader kan tàbí ọba kan olórí burúkú lẹni náà tètè dìde kó múra láti jà ebi ló máa pẹ́ kú. Àwọn obìnrin yìí ọmọ tí a tún ṣe lẹ́nìí ọmọ tí Tinubu tún ṣe lẹ́nìí Tinubu olórí burúkú yóò gbọ́ nǹkan kan táwọn èèyàn kò gbọ́ nǹkan kan kò dẹ̀ ready àti listen ọmọ tó ṣe. Now they increase the import duty now to about 45%. By 45% maybe. That's what they did again today. The import duty is increased by 45% today.
To bring things down and bring things down. But behind the scenes, what they're actually doing is to make it even worse. Then they will now be wondering people too, what is going on? How come everything is not really working fine? It must be some people. It must be some people that are making this government not to work.
Solutions tó wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ báyìí ni pé kó kálukú gbalẹ̀ rẹ̀ bóyá Fúlàní bóyá Haúsá ni ẹni o ìjọ ni now because kò sí ọ̀nà àbáyọ fún Nàìjíríà ti forí sánpọ́n kò dẹ̀ lè ṣeé ṣe ojú kòkòrò àwọn criminal to occupy political space. Ojú kòkòrò wọn lè solve the problem.
Possible.
All right. You know.
Thank you so much, sir. I can be another one because of bless you. Now, to my non-Yoruba listeners, okay, you see that elder that just spoke now is really, really angry, especially with first with the criminals running Nigeria, whether they are religious, whether they are like royal, or whether they are like a political. Then he has a lot of problem with the Nigerians themselves that continue to sort of, stand up for them or defend them and all of that stuff. And he also raging that, listen, stop deceiving yourselves. The only way out of here, this whole madness, is for everybody to just go their separate ways. At least if you are not so sure before, Nigeria is done for. It is done. But if you still think that maybe there is still some hope here or there, then pray that you don't become a victim of this contraption. So yeah, he believes that everything that is happening in Nigeria is intentional. And you'll be a fool, right, to think otherwise. Everything that is happening is intentional. Okay? And we both agree that, and I've said that not the first time, not the second time, I've been saying that myself. I said, you see all these things that everybody is still acting like nothing will happen, and the rest of that. Of course, you may think nothing will happen. But what happened is that we are doing everything to get ourselves out of this contraption. And every day, we are succeeding in convincing, especially the Yorubas, we are convincing more and more people why they were lied to, that they have something to do with Nigeria. if their person becomes president. And now that the criminal is already failing, so our job is to ensure that more Yorubas will now use this Tinubu's failure, okay, to further ratify why they can no longer continue to be part of Nigeria. There are Yorubas who 100% believe that we should leave. But there are still other Yorubas that kind of have been deceived to believe that all it will take for them, for their lives to be better, is for a Yoruba man to be president. They did the propaganda so much that they started saying Awolowo did not become president. He did not make it. MKO Abiola, a Yoruba man, did not succeed to become Nigeria president. Baba, these Olori Brukus, that, like the elder said, they ensured that they were teaching their children that a Yoruba man has never been the president of Nigeria. Obasanjo knew his father. He knew his mother. Everybody who knows Obasanjo, you can Google Obasanjo's father, Obasanjo's mother, you will see them. You can Google Obasanjo's background, heritage, schools, childhood, and the rest of that. You can see all of that. Obasanjo became the president of Nigeria, and the longest serving Nigeria president is a Yoruba man. And a woman, Egba woman. Everybody knows Obasanjo. But you see this drug dealer and the other, and then their fellow travelers in Yoruba land, they did so much to make Obasanjo as a Yoruba man and his time as president of Nigeria never to count. It is only a bastard, person we don't know him papa, know him mama, a drug dealer, certificate forger, that they now want to force on Yorubas to make us look like this is the character of the Yorubas. That's not our characters. Tinubu is everything, right, that is on Yoruba that you can find anywhere. And those associating with him, they are the same. So if I wake up tomorrow, when Tinubu is failing successfully now, so more and more Yorubas will know better now. And the effort is to make sure that when they know better, they will do better. They will never go back to Nigeria. They will never go back to liking Nigeria or defending Nigeria. We want to ensure that we want Tinubu to fail completely so that when we now discuss about breaking up of Nigeria, they will not only break away from Nigeria, they will break away from Tinubu's chain of slavery, mental slavery. There are not many. If you remove all the violence that is associated with Tinubu and then monetary inducements, there are not many. But this failure is significant. If any Olori Bruko Aboki Godna now say, fellow Nigerians, we have heard your cry, and we have come to take over the power to bring Nigeria back to sanity. Hi, Maiyegun, Baderu Olushola, Maiyegun General. That moment we will take off our mask. I promise you. We will take off our mask. I will publicly support and then mobilize fund for the rebels. They will call them rebels, but we'll call them the revolutionaries of the Yoruba land. We will mobilize and we will raise enough army. It's not because, no, I'm not talking to you. I mean, you go find Gary first. Go see where you're going to get Gary first. I'm talking about the real sons and daughters of Yoruba land that will never have anything to do with these criminals, ever. If any Wiri Aboki go announce fellow Nigerians, break up Nigeria at a quick in here. Just write it down, so that I won't kind of have a problem in the future. Remember, this is the diary. You will come back to this video in the future. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
The Prince.
Our Tucano Mike. Tucano Mike, Baba. With the hair.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Baba?
I'm very well.
I saw your office today. I saw your office today. Well done, well done.
About that place is going to be so beautiful, right? That I'm beginning to feel like if people can just stop asking me. If not, I'm just going to be like start telling everybody like, stop asking me for now. You know what I mean? Let me finish. It's going to be a beautiful place. I'm already feeling it.
I believe.
And all thanks to people like yourself and many, many others.
I'm happy to be involved, Baba.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Prince Jejeman, we are about to go global and global, out of the globe, because this is going to be the era where we are taking these things to another level that nobody has seen before. And the result is expected to be like as shocking as how it's going to be.
Man, I say amen to that.
But here we are. They have killed 3 kings in my region, in my land, and here I am. I seems to be like we are few that are enraged. Others are trying to create a narrative that let's blame somebody else. Unfortunately.
Baba, that is an abomination. It's an abomination. It's a sacrilege. May the soul of the king rest in peace.
Amen.
May the soul of Obadiah Malafia rest in peace. And also the souls of the innocent ones that were killed, that have Nigeria only give us the statistics and they don't have name. May their soul rest in peace.
Amen.
You see, Maiyegun will continue to call a spade a spade.
That's right.
In this matter, we are not alive. This the way the situation is. If someone is thinking that, oh, they will kill me, if you talk, they will kill. If you don't talk, they will still kill you. So it is best for you to talk, shout, and live for something before you peme. Okay? Maiyegun General, the danger on ground is this, that is only the hard way. Because Nigeria and Nigerians have been so complacent that these people have caged everybody. They've tied the hand of everybody. So everybody have to lose themselves by force. Let me start by saying this, Maiyegun. You see, all the leaders across Nigeria, they know the problem. All the things we are discussing, they know it. As you used to say, it's deliberate. Whatever they are doing is deliberate. You know, all the governors are the chief executive security of the state, their state. They are keeping quiet on all this because of their security votes that they get every month. Free money is up to 500 million naira. That's why they don't care how many people that die. This money must come into their pocket. But they are telling they are the chief security officer. Their number one duty is to protect the lives and property of everyone. That is one. Two is this, Maiyegun. The Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria is the constitution for Fulanis. Do you know why?
Why?
If you look at in that constitution, to start with, everybody who is a Christian in that country called Nigeria is a Christmas chicken.
Yeah,
is a Christmas chicken. I'm telling you, Maiyegun, because in that constitution, Christianity was never recognized in any place. Do you understand? That's why you see them every Christmas. They go to Middle Belt, killed up to 500 people, and nobody is talking. It's just like it's normal thing. Chicken is what was killed, not human being. Do you understand? You see, when we talk of in that constitution was made solely to cage the South and favor the North. And if you come to the North, they always talk as a block. Who is the North? The North are the Fulanis, because they are the one who is controlling the North. North is 19 states. They are controlling 14 states. They are governors there. Do you understand? So when they are saying anything not, is for the interest of the Fulani, not primarily before others. Do you understand? And the Fulani, I mean, the Hausas have the mentality or the conquered mentality of the Hausas is that with the crumbs falling from the table they are satisfied with it. And this Fulani, they've crept into what is one Nigeria and have amassed wealth. You know, now they kind of say that the war chest that they have is up to $30 billion. War chest, the money they've gathered, they managed to steal from Nigeria through their Dangote, through their Tikus, so on and so forth. They've amassed so much wealth. Dangote was the one distributing, according to Malaya, all with his trailers, all the Fulani terrorists coming during COVID all over Nigeria. But he is the one that we are praising.
At least we remember now. This is not even like Joke said, and what is the proof? If you go back as far back as 2021, 2020, you will see on MaiyegunsDiary Politico how many times at different places from Ibadan to Akure, to Aba, to Onitsha, where trucks, Dangote trucks, were intercepted.
Exactly.
With all these people who have no address or where they were going in his truck, moving them about. So we got the evidence. Meanwhile, this man said it even before it happened.
Exactly. Thank you. Your diary is so perfect. You are keeping a good diary.
People should just go back to 2021, 2022, 2020. You will see videos of intercepted Dangote trucks filled with hundreds of or thousands rather of people who have no business in the destination they were taking them to. And now we are here.
Maiyegun, do you know the reason why they've not killed Nnamdi Kanu? Like the way they used to kill all the people who rise up from any region that wants to say something or fight for their rights. Is because of they know that ESN was formed. Without ESM or Eastern Security Network, they always, any region that rise, any person that rise in middle belt, so you see that guy in the middle belt that they killed, I've forgotten, during the time of autumn, that strong guy that knew them very well. I've forgotten his name. They interview him on channel television. I don't, but he's still on your diary. That guy.
I'm trying to remember his name. I remember his face, but I'm just trying to remember. The guy that submitted is gone. The day was going to go and hand over.
Thank you. God bless you, Maiyegun.
And I remember, I just can't remember. People, if you read the comments, some people will tell you his name in the comments because everyone here is up to date as well. I just can't remember his name. But yeah.
God bless you, Maiyegun. The heavy rain was falling that day. They killed him under heavy rain. The Nigerian army.
They said it was a misunderstanding. Here you get. They told him to submit his weapons, and they were going to do a ceremony that he was going to do a handover, surrender of weapons, and then they will start a peace negotiation or something like that, right? Now, the governor and the security people, they choose a location. At the location where they were going to, they now hear that the order has come from Abuja, from Buhari, that they must kill that guy, and the military are coming to shoot and kill him. So now the governor now moved the handover ceremony where they are going to hand over guns to him to another location. The military heard about it. But why the governors and the other people are waiting, and even the supporters of the guy, where they were waiting, other people were harmed. They were waiting at this venue. Then the military just announced that they have killed him on the way there. The governor never met him. He never handed over those guns. His dead body. Nobody knows what they did with it today. I can't remember his name. Ghana, God bless you. People have told me his name is
Thank
Ghana.
you.
Yeah, Ghana.
Exactly.
That's his story. And that was the end of him.
Maiyegun, do you know that Abdul Salam and the Babangida and Co, they are the one that wrote that 1999 constitution. You understand? To cage Nigerians. That's why whatever you are doing, once they say go to National Assembly, they know they are more in number there. Anything that you want to do to make Nigeria move forward, and they know that it will not be their primary interest of that Fulani from the north, they will make sure that they kill that goat. They will make sure that they kill it.
Abdul Salam, because of our time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless you,
gentlemen. I just look up at the time there, and I'm like, we just only have just about 15 minutes to go. It's in fact less than 15 minutes to go. So we'll do it quickly then. Yima, is that you?
Yeah.
Right. How are you tonight, my brother?
I'm good. I'm
good too.
Baba, how are you doing now?
Well, I'm here.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have you seen those pictures too, right?
I've seen everything. I've been following up. I'll get back to you on my terms, okay?
Oh, come on, man. I mean, like, you know, I can always like
don't worry.
count on
We
you
got your back.
There's no pressure.
Oh boy, I see what they happen to the Yorubas where they just they check out one by one, and that is very, very alarming to me.
Yorubas in 5 days.
That is really, really alarming.
In Yoruba land right now.
Oh boy,
their businesses.
I be thief man. So my own tribe is not as big as the Yoruba tribe. So we have one central king. So it's not like the Yoruba that have kings in different regions. We just have one central king for the chief people. So imagine that kind of thing happening. God forbid. God forbid. Imagine that kind of thing happening.
Can't imagine what like if something like that happened to him, because it's not him, it's the stool is representing.
It's the stool, it's the culture, it's the
tradition.
Everything,
you know,
the tradition.
We know they always publishes all this tradition and all that, but not to the point that a terrorist will be bold enough to kill a king and nothing happens.
King.
I mean, I wouldn't wish that, you know. I get that too. Go on, Baba.
Maiyegun, if you are playing chess, just like your caller said the other time, that if you are playing chess and I kill your king on a chessboard, what happens?
Well, I think that's the end of the game, isn't it?
So people should think very well. You can't just kill Oba and not expect that there should be spiritual implications, cultural implications, traditional implications. There's a lot of complication that comes with taking out a king. That's why when in the olden days, in the feudal days, if your king is killed, your kingdom is captured.
That's right.
Physically, spiritually, everything, you're captured.
Gone.
And that is what is happening.
Like erase your language too. You can
erase everything about you.
Everything about you will be erased.
So what is going on? And it's kind of worrying for me when people are not thinking that way.
This is happening to the ethnic nationality, the Yorubas, that is always very loud. We have mouth, you know that. We have people,
that is what I don't. That is what I don't understand.
How could this be happening to the Yorubas, right? And everyone seems to be quiet. When I say everyone,
quiet.
I don't mean everyone per se. I mean those who are always very quick to say they are Yoruba leaders, elders. How come they're all quiet?
It's not causing ripples. That's my own.
So Yoruba, so I can talk about other people. But Yoruba in Nigeria, they are killing our Yoruba, and we are like, oh, come on, man, something is not right.
Nah, man, something's not right.
Something is not
right. When it comes to that Bewe that took his daughter, instead of him to be thinking about his daughter's health, he's talking about the hijab that the girl will wear into a theater. Are you serious? In the same country, the police and the social service will be looking into that man. Why are you not
right there? And they will take the child in. There is no.
You're putting the child in danger. You don't know what's wrong with the child. Yes, the child is supposed to go into a hospital in a place where she will be taken care of medically. You are talking about hijab. How's that got to? What's that got to do with what is worrying her? Is the man mentally all right?
Possibly not.
Show you how any.
Maybe yes, and in fact, probably yes.
Oh, more.
Did you hear him when he said, I'm not a small child? Alaye, you are not a doctor. You are not a medical practitioner. Get the hell out of here and leave the child.
I don't mean to be. I don't mean.
Nobody needs your option idea. Once they say this is the procedure, common sense says, okay.
Common sense. I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be really rude, but okay. If you think that. Man, I don't even want to say it anymore. If you think
your own opinion now, you can't imagine it.
It's sick.
You can't just imagine yourself in that position. It's not possible.
Position.
But now we have those people in Nigeria, in Yoruba land. Sadly, I have seen that of Yoruba land. Okay, like I have shown the proof now, right? So if I see elsewhere again, I've seen people praying for a blown up transformer. Have you seen that video?
The one we ask for 100 naira. The one we ask for 100 naira after he pray for the transformer finish.
You understand, Baba? So we need education. We need orientation. Not just to laugh about it. We need to tell our people, like, listen. I'm a Muslim too, or I'm a Christian too. Listen, when things comes to this, okay, even God allows you to let these people do their job. All right. It is when you are now here that you can now continue. But when people are now going to go fanatical about it, I know when those guys, so they can threaten and start killing people. And if I see that in Yoruba land, it's a red flag. And I hope a lot of people who watch me tonight to work on that. We need to orientate our people.
No, we've highlighted it now. We've highlighted it now. Let's see what they will do. Whether they will follow their normal route or they will think again and say, no, this thing is going to cause wahala. As for Kolu, Kolu told you guys that there's pregnancy. After the pregnancy, 9 months, Abi. Pregnancy in 9 months, they take, Abi. Labor pain. Now the labor pain, they feel so. As for that woman that was talking everywhere, Obi should come next year, I'll be 8 years after. It now 9 months you don't go, so Kolu never deliver yet. We wait for her, make it come back from France, make it can't deliver that 9 months. You don't pregnant.
Can't they disturb us with Christ?
No, can't they disturb us? Yeah.
As you go, you rule away. What you mean?
You don't do anything, Abi.
As go you rule away. As go you rule away.
Ó ti dójú ẹsẹ̀. Ó ti dójú ẹsẹ̀.
Now let me take my last call. I believe this is Prince. Is that you, by the way? Hello. Okay, I didn't get him, sadly. Or did I get
you? You got him, Maye. Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah, I know you have been trying all night, and I've been saying it. But it's only that by the time you were like drop and somebody else was already in. And I was like, okay, I hope I'll be able to kind of.
I said I was going to get you tonight. How did you know I was the one? Even though I don't use a GP.
I know.
I was so. I said no. I have to because I got my sister to watch your program tonight.
Oh, did you?
I was on the phone. Yeah, I was on the phone to my sister. And said, who is Maiyegun? I said, go on YouTube. Now, Maye. First thing first. You know that. Atishete, and that Oti doju ẹ̀sìn báyìí. Oti wa doju ẹ̀ báyìí skin. You know that Tinubu man, that one you normally play. Oti doju ẹ̀sìn.
Oti doju ẹ̀sìn.
Did you see those 2 videos, Baba, of those guys who are asking him? Asiwaju Are nkankan.
The one that was crying. The one that said he gives money out to people on a daily basis.
Exactly. It was so
you see, Neduwoko might be right in one way, Maiyegun, because I watched your program 2 nights ago, but I didn't call him. He might be right. Because look at it. This is what Sunday Igboho was fighting for them.
It was, Baba.
And they chased the man. Now he's in exile.
He was to be killed. It was not to
I know. I know. He was saying it then. The Yorubas, none of them listen. But we can't blame them, no, because at the end of the day, if you look at it, the Nigerian government, the state has made these people, they've captured everything. They are powerless. They have no say in their own kingdom. So all these kings, they're just figureheads. They have no role, no function they perform.
Truly.
The only thing all of them do is to go to parties
and that's
and enjoy their lives.
It's sad that some of them just publicly reject the Yoruba nation, never give their support, and the rest of that. Those who give their support are persecuted by others and say, you are supporting Yoruba nation, you are all of that. All for Nigeria, Baba.
And now we are now back to that stage now where everybody has to fight for himself. Okay, what is left if not for everyone to start resorting to self? Because in Nigeria, people provide everything for themselves now, isn't it? You know, another hopper, and no one is talking. The Yorubas have not even made a pronouncement. They've not even addressed.
You killed Oba, kidnap his wife, kidnap other members of his household inside his palace.
And this reminds me of Obadia Malafia. If you know that man,
yes, now, I played
he said it.
Too.
He said it. What he said, is it not happening now? He said these people will leave the forest and start coming for people living in their houses, coming to the cities. It's now bad that it is the Yoruba Oba, something that it has never happened in the north. Then you kill the one that happened in the north. They release the emir now. They release that one that was kidnapped.
Do you know
that one that was kidnapped? Yeah.
Did you see any emir kidnapped?
No.
There is
even the one that was close.
In the history of this terrorism or kidnapping, they have kidnapped bishops. They have kidnapped pastors. They have kidnapped women, children, right? They have kidnapped Obas in Yoruba. They have killed Obas. Obas have paid ransoms. They have kidnapped Obi, kings in Igbo land. Do you understand? They have paid ransom. But I have never seen anywhere an emir. Wow.
Lastly, Maiyegun, Nigeria is suddenly becoming a stateless society. And what will happen after a stateless society is what we are facing and experiencing, and people will resort to self-protection. People will look for alternative, whether they like it or not. There's already armed proliferation in Nigeria, whether they like it, whether the Nigerian government wants it or not. What Nenuoko has said is already happening. It's just that it's not so loud. Whether the Nigerian government gives people the right to possess ammunition or arms and ammunition or not, people already have beats. People have beats.
I know. That is why they call it proliferation of firearms.
Perhaps. So, Maiyegun, you're doing a great job, and congratulations on your new office, Maiyegun. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
I wish you the very best. I wish you the very best, Maiyegun.
Thanks so much,
Take care,
have a
bro.
good one yourself,
Right,
okay? And send me word to your sister. Ask her for me. And ask her if she really found this.
She will enjoy your program. Trust me. She's my elder sister. She lives in the UK as well. Yeah, she lives in Wales. She has no choice. All right.
Thanks. Thank you so much. And that's where we're going to draw the curtain. Or I don't know if I'm actually using the right word. Drawn the curtain. It's like you drawn it. Draw the curtains. It's like pull the curtain. I think I'm right that way. Anyway, so yeah, manage them like that. Anyway, so thank you so much for spending your evening with me again. And again, our condolences will go to the people of Koro Ekiti. Koro Ekiti people, we have heard about you now. We have heard about your story. And in fact, your story resonates with the rest of us, the true born Yorubas. And just like others that are already showing the much proof why, if we love Nigeria, if we love ourselves, let us break up this contraption and save lives. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Templars. You should know what to do if you haven't done that already. Like, share, and then subscribe onto my channel, by the way. I will see you some other time. Until then, remember, stay safe and be security conscious by being very aware of everything going on around you. A blessed evening to all of us.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number 1. Bó bá ṣe é, àní Maiyegun máa wí. MaiyegunDiary. lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà.